decline, cut the noise, I define steady mind, sharp line, every.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Valorant Champions Tour Pacific Kickoff 2026. It's negative 13 degrees here in Korea, but it's okay, because today we got some hot games. I'm Victoria, joined by Pilsky, big time. Great to be back here on the desk with you two. And it looks like Pacific's added some pretty cool things to the season this year. We got skirmishes to determine map vetoes, and we also got player comms. I think we're the only region doing one.
We're upgrading. What can I say? We're just getting better and better and better.
So listen, players, behave yourselves. I've heard some. I've been in the coaching booth. I've heard some things. I'm sure you've also heard some things. Let's keep it PG, please, or we might get player comms going away sooner than we think.
I want more of it. So yesterday we did have some really exciting games. We saw Nongshim versus Secret come in on Haven and Split, and we had no Persia in this new version of Nongshim.
Yeah, he's been out for a little while. Xros came in at the start of Ascension, but Nongshim, I mean, they really did not miss a beat to put away Team Secret here. Split was a little shakier thanks to Berserks, I think, stepping up a little bit more, and Team Secret showing a nice attack side, but Nongshim went on a little bit of a run in the last 12 rounds of that game and won that 11-1 in the last 12. Kind of put them away pretty cleanly at the end of Split there.
Yeah, I mean, that double duelist that they have was really starting to heat up. Danby's looking like his old self and just back to full.
Oh, it was so good yesterday. And we also had Zeta versus Full Sense. So we also saw a change. We saw the X-Talon roster come in with Full Sense and looking absolutely on fire.
I mean, they looked insane. This is one of the most fun teams to watch in all of VCT. The aim that these guys have is just absolutely ludicrous. Give me more Full Sense games. I'm going to go back and watch it every night before I go to bed. That pretty 4K? Unbelievable.
That was dirty. That was really dirty, and honestly, it felt like the Zeta game was a bit of a warm-up for Full Sense, and they're going to need a bit of a warm-up because they're going to take on DRX as they head through the upper bracket.
Yeah, it's a big opponent for them, but they'll be very happy that they kept their initial life intact. On the flip side, though, Team Secret and Zeta Division down in that middle portion of the bracket. They need to start getting some wins soon, or their road to Master Santiago is going to be really difficult.
Now, we do have some extremely exciting games today. Everyone's super amped up about this because we're going to be seeing Global Esports with their brand new roster, their brand new coach, who is here joining us today. Frost, welcome back.
Welcome.
There's no cap. I'm kind of liking it. I'm liking the new jersey. It looks fantastic.
Yeah, the cap is sad. I got to get a white one. I got cooked. You cooked me, bro.
Yeah, you
okay,
gotta...
though, this will be corrected.
All right, that's good. We got to make sure it's nice and coordinated. Now, we were just talking about Full Sense, and I mean, how does it feel to be watching Cruz step up into that coach role? I know you guys are kind of prepping for it just in case, but how do you feel about watching your old guys do well in Full Sense?
Oh, how do I feel about them doing well? Obviously, I was rooting for them. Sent Cruz a message yesterday. I miss him. I do miss him. I saw Cruz's post game, which I had a lot of opinions on.
Good, like, do you agree mostly with? Was it like?
Oh no, I
bad?
definitely agree, but I think there's also, without getting too intricate into the details, there's also some things that I was like, but it's weird seeing him in the coach spot. I mean, I still think he's the best IGL in Pacific, so I don't understand why he's in the coach spot. But he's a grown man; he can make his own choices.
But it must be pretty cool, it's like almost watching your son,
No.
take after your Papa's footsteps.
No. It's more sad and frustrating because I still feel like Jovi and him, the time wasn't now to start competing against each other. So it's still, even the wins, like I'm actually extremely confident in my team and the matchups with RQ and with Full Sense. But that doesn't mean that I believe there'll be empty victories.
Last year तक टेलन में था अच्छा
But it was great to see them.
Welcome Ayan bhai, welcome. अभी कैम ऑन करूंगा थोड़ी देर बाद. मेरे को ये बताओ तब तक
facing Full Sense down the road. But I
इनकी आवाज और मेरी आवाज ऐसा ओवरलैप तो नहीं हो रही है?
Credited and well known for how you took time
Yeah, is it good enough?
top 3 Pacific.
या मैं इनकी आवाज ज़्यादा तेज करूं?
Now you worked them to the bone. Last year, though, over the last 2
it's
years.
Worse for Javi now.
I was going to ask, how is it with Global Esports? Like, what are you putting them through?
Let me just tell you. So, if anybody saw the Spike Talk episode where Cruz is basically like, I hated Hector, Javi has already been there. And it's been literally less than a month. Or, I'm sorry, our first practice as a team was December 6th. Javi and me have already had the, yo, bro. And I'm like, yo, bro, I don't got time.
Are you running it a little bit differently in how you're prepping the team? Because it is also a different scenario where you can speak English to them. So is the training a little bit different?
Yeah, I think the people around me, both my family and friends in Valorant, I think people were right that Talon should have been the last, foreign-speaking roster that I have. Because I do think the fact that they're English speaking and also the fact that they're a little older and ask questions and their level of professionalism is like Cruz is probably, him and Nitro have been the two most professional athletes I've had by far. It's full stop.
Okay.
I would argue that, I still think Cruz is still one of one in that sense, but I got like 4 guys here that I can tell outside of Sava. That's a different beast, but the rest of them are like very academic, flexible, they work hard. They have a lot of Cruz's good qualities. Right? So I think people were right about that it was probably time for me to go to an English-speaking roster, but I certainly don't like the fact that I couldn't finish the job on my terms. Right? So it is going to be bittersweet all year because I also don't want to be the reason why RQ or Jovi and Cruz don't make it to an international. Because we were supposed to do it together first. Right?
It's kind of exciting for us. I know it's heartbreaking for you.
Yeah. I know it is for everybody else, but I think that it not being on your terms certainly makes it differently because we all want to compete against each other. Trust me, don't get that twisted. We're all extremely competitive, especially with each other, especially me and Cruz.
But you got a good roster. You got a good roster with you now. And of course, one of the biggest questions we have are the roles. There's a lot of question marks. Is there anything you're willing to say about that? Some overlaps with roles and who's the controller, all this sort of stuff?
I think you guys are going to be surprised with the amount of comps we're going to play this year, with the roles. I think also with the comps, the combination of like who does what and when. I think it's going to be really weird because it is really weird. But I would say that I'm overall pretty happy with the roster I have, and I definitely don't think I need any excuses. If we don't do what everyone, I'm sorry, people don't expect us to do this because we're going to lose the barrel apparently. If we don't do things similar to the trajectory that Talon was at last year, I think the only person that can be blamed is me because I truly believe we have one of the best rosters in Pacific, and I also haven't had a team that has won this much in practice. Now, it doesn't mean much because I'm not going to say our practice has been great given the amount of teams that won't play you because of this tournament. But yeah, I think this roster is badass, and I think some of the guys are like really surprising. I was really shocked that no Korean team thought Judotan was good enough, and I definitely don't understand why Javi now hasn't been in the league before. It doesn't make sense to me. Now that I have him, it just doesn't make sense at all. Like, that's kind of cooked, actually.
Having Javi, though, as your IGL, in this whole roster, he is the only one who hasn't played in the regular VCT circuit.
Right.
So,
Unlucky
putting him in the leader role, that's pretty big.
Yeah, it was either him or Autumn, but I think really he's very underrated in that. I was so surprised by the first week I had him. He's so far ahead of what I expected him to be. And I grilled him pretty harshly, especially because I felt like Nous choked in Ascension. I felt that roster was way too good to have the results that they had in playoffs.
They had a good start.
Yeah, but the playoffs was just, he lost his head, I think. And that has been a real, I think, good teaching moment for me and him because we've gone over that game. We've watched a lot of like his run, so I get a better idea as to what he was doing, what he was calling. And comparing him, like, I believe the Javi today, if he could go back, if he could get in the time machine and go back, that team doesn't lose in playoffs. Because I think he was largely, in my opinion, and he knows this, he was largely to blame for what happened because I thought he lost his head. And I think that the better he gets,
coach is so confident
not
by
letting emotion overtake sort of stuff in server, he's going to be totally fine because this guy is too smart. Dude, we do one-on-ones. Outside of Autumn, he wins like every one-on-one.
Okay.
Interesting.
This
that'll be
dude
interesting,
is
especially with the
disgusting.
skirmishes going on right now.
He is disgusting. Yeah, well, unlucky for the boys who have better aim.
So look, we're already talking about some of the players, but tell us about like choosing these players and scouting this team in general, or how much of a part you had of that, because I feel like last year G was on the right track of picking up players, and 2 of those have made that into this particular team. And then we've got 3 new additions, so give us your thoughts on the players. Do you have much of an input into picking them? Because I think everyone's very excited about these players, but yeah, everyone also has their questions about how they fit together.
Yes, watch party kar to rahe hain.
Because of me, they've said it.
We will watch it together.
I tried to recruit Autumn last year before we went full time.
2 दिन से लाइव क्यों नहीं आया यार? मेरे को ना कुछ important काम आ गया था. That's the thing. इसलिए मैं आया नहीं.
I knew we were right there. Adding Autumn would have been ridiculous. He decided to go stay in FPX, and then because we couldn't get the team we
कुछ important काम.
And
I can't say it on
him
stream.
and I have been wanting to work together for a while.
but कुछ जरूरी था इसलिए नहीं आया.
Obviously, I
But
talked about
आफ्टर वॉच पार्टी जब खत्म हो जाएगी, हमारे मैचेस खत्म हो जाएंगे जीई के, और पेपर एक्स के भी देखेंगे हम मैचेस. ठीक है.
And then had to quickly put this team together. Patman became available. There's no way you turn down
PRX के ना, पेपर एक्स का मैच है नेक्स्ट, उसका भी देखेंगे. और DRX का देखना है कि नहीं बताना मेरे को, जो फुल सेंस के साथ है कल. मेरे को बता देना आज, मतलब बता देना.
So is Harvey some kind of package with Patman in some way, or is it just
it wasn't a package? It's more like an example. Yeah. Autumn had trials in EMEA. When I told him that I had Javi, or potentially to have Javi, first thing he does hits up Javi, then they're like, oh, let's do, right? So it's like, it's not so much a package. It's more like when they realize what the roster is alongside Crystal, they start going,
okay, this team's looking better. I'm getting more confident. I want to join more.
Itself. And since I had the relationships, it was just kind of easy to like.
So you have at least 2 duels on this team, and we have skirmishes now to determine the map veto. So let's throw that on to see what you guys did earlier. You know, talk us through this year, who you ended up picking and why.
Actually, I guess I trolled. So we had been practicing a specific map because we were told to, and then a different map came up, so I kind of trolled Autumn. And obviously, I picked Autumn for we do one-on-ones. I've been doing this historically with every team. Pretty much Autumn puts everyone down. So it was a really easy choice for me. And yeah, I mean, he brought home the bacon.
There's no chance you're going to hop in there?
1v1, bro.
Coaches can play.
I know. Look, I get where you guys are going with this. Look, man, I know people won't do it. Yeah. All I'll say is this. I'm also trying to win my map vetoes, bro. I got Autumn.
That's fair. That's fair.
Beat that guy first, then come talk to me.
Yeah.
Homie.
They put Cinder in. I was thinking like surely they're throwing
G versus VL.
Listen.
Winner का match versus PRX next. Yes. ये DRX और
against RIGO, I'm with that too.
अच्छा होगा.
I thought they would
DRX का देखते हैं ना. Ayan bhai, I take your position.
You guys don't get to talk about it.
Open DMs, any coach that wants to go IGL for IGL, we got that. I'm down. Tell me.
IGL versus IGL, okay.
No problem.
Autumn is the IGL, okay.
You like a coach, like I want to play you in a 1v1 skirmish. What are you gonna say to them?
Yes.
How about chess boxing? That's good too, no?
That's some content that we need.
That's what I'm saying.
Riot, if we could do that, you know, to scrap the skirmish thing out with chess boxing.
I'm totally down.
Oh.
Totally down.
That would be
I love watching that. It's awesome.
Absolutely fantastic. Do you think, you know, you have a great roster. You said there was a lot of like chemistry synergy between them right now, and you're pretty confident about them. Did you have enough time to train? Because the roster did finalize like quite late compared to Barrel.
Huh. Yeah, I wonder why.
Well, that's a whole other.
Yeah.
You can say that for Spike.
No. For sure. I'm not even going there because I love those guys. I'm just gonna say that personally, I don't think we had as much.
इसने अभी तो बोला Autumn IGL है.
Created some of the animosity I think between me and Javi because I don't think he believed that I wasn't too much too fast.
Right.
And my argument was December 6th was the first time our boys got together.
Wow.
We don't have time.
That's late.
Yeah. So I have been very, very difficult on the guys. Every practice, every round, every map, it didn't matter. My expectation is that we are very strong. Yeah. I would be very surprised.
Okay, best player on IG. Okay.
But I also need to know.
अभी तो मैच रात को खेलते राज भाई. हाँ अभी 30 खेलोगे. अभी तो देखो भाई मैच देखो.
Or is this a champs team down the line?
Bro, this better be a massive Santiago.
We got the only Indian team, only Indian esports
But at
company
the same time,
जो खेल रही
I
है
haven't done a good enough job.
इंडिया की तरफ से.
Because I believe we have everything we need, and I believe tactically, especially with what you'll see today. Oh, especially the way DeVito went, bro. If we lose, it's on me.
Somebody's.
No
it's
chance.
on you.
No-
Okay.
Yeah.
It's all on me.
All
You
right.
said, oh my
Well,
god,
thank you
no.
so much. I know you need to get down there.
Yep.
Really appreciate hearing the insights into G. And we are so excited to see what you guys are going to be bringing to the
I
stage.
am too. Holly might not be, but I am too. Trust.
Well, good luck, Frost, and thank you
Yep.
so much.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Coach Frost, formerly
mate.
of Talon.
Good luck.
Really impressed us here in Pacific, but of course now on Global Esports with this brand new team. I think this is going to be fantastic.
Yeah.
Going against another brand new team, Beryl, who hasn't played on the VCT stage at
क्या
all
लगता है, क्या लगता
today.
है?
So I'm really excited.
GE
It's
जीतेगी.
really interesting.
अभी हम guess करते हैं, ठीक है?
Sure
Guess.
some of the teams
हम
are
3 guess करेंगे, ठीक है?
tactically, some of them
Yeah.
are kind of like
एक अभी करते हैं.
Cinderin.
Yeah, we
I
were
ठीक है?
surprised to see
एक
Cinder, but I think ultimately autumn did
mid
take
of the
win there.
matches में करेंगे जब हम you know
that Frost was looking for. And clearly
जब
he's
2
feeling
matches हो
very
जाएंगे
good
तब
about
करेंगे.
that.
I mean, no disrespect to Varel.
और एक
but,
last में
Cinder is
कि हाँ,
statistically
होने वाला है या
their
नहीं
worst
होने
player
वाला
in
है.
terms of fragging, and they put him in the skirmish against Autumn. So I don't know. Maybe let's throw Zexy or Zuda in there next time.
Yeah, it's an interesting choice. But, you know, here we are, and G's had that,
लड़की
you know,
सुंदर है, oh my
advantage. But
god, गुप्ता भाई.
Beryl, they're formerly known as SLT. They are a freshly ascended team. And
हाँ नमस्ते बेटा नमस्ते नमस्ते कह रहा है.
at Ascension, they were completely undefeated. But the other thing that surprised us was their ballsy confidence.
Yes.
I mean, this team, they play like no one else. People have called them a mini Paper Rex. They have this incredibly aggressive style. I was lucky enough to see every single one of their Ascension games, and I was blown away every time. This is an incredibly young team, a lot of them born in 2006, 2007, which seems insane to say, but these guys, they looked tier 1 ready at Ascension. There's no two ways about it. Their age didn't bother them. Their inexperience didn't bother them. They came out swinging.
Yeah, similar to Nongshim, they struggled more in Challengers Korea than they ever did in Ascension. They went and dominated the tournament in similar fashion to Nongshim the previous year, maybe even in more dominant fashion,
yeah,
and
I
I'm
would say
very
so.
interested to see how they're going to go moving up into Pacific here.
So for those of you guys who might have missed Ascension, who are the standout players? for
जी
you guys
easy
that
I
you know
trust in
coming to
Frost
watch Beryl?
बहुत
Zuna,
अच्छा कोच है.
Zexy, Klaus, LP. and
Yeah,
Cinder
he's
just
saying
does
it
his
भाई.
job. He just
He's
does
saying
his
it with
job.
the full confidence.
But Cinder is, you know, we talked about him before. He's
कि नहीं
got a
जीते तो
lot of
सारा मेरे
experience,
ऊपर आएगा.
even if the
कि नहीं
global
जीते तो मेरी
audience is
गलती है.
not familiar with him, and I'm pretty
Yes.
sure
Yeah.
that sort of experience helps kind of bring together this.
I remember
extremely young
last
squad.
time जो
Like you said,
coach
they
था,
are the youngest
when
team here
जब जी
alongside
हारी
Dongshim,
he was
and
so
I think there's
frustrated कि
definitely
तुमने ये
something to
गलत
say
कर दिया वो
about,
गलत कर दिया.
young Korean
But
talent.
this time
Anyways,
this coach
we've
is
had a
saying
quick
कि
chat
भाई
with them, with
मेरे
Bellas.
ऊपर है.
Let's see what they have to say.
This is Pacific. Are you ready? Okay, follow me. Let's go.
गुप्ता भाई कुछ कहना चाहोगे? लड़की अच्छी है.
Hi guys, it's Bella. I'm standing with the Vera boys to get their thoughts before their first ever Pacific match. I want to know, what are your thoughts? Are you nervous, Klaus?
퍼스픽 다를 거 없고
Oh, that's nice, right?
즐기는 대로 하겠습니다. 그냥
100 tips.
Well, Pacific can't be that different, right? We're gonna have fun and take our win. Let's go viral is what Klaus said. Well, LP, do you have a message to all the other Pacific teams that are here and ready to face you?
기다려라 잡으러 간다. 파이팅.
हाँ? क्या?
Wait up, we'll get you. All right, thank you, Viral, and let's
Well,
see
we will
who
get
will
you.
take the win for the first match.
वो
on
कार्टून
day
कोच
2
था
of kickoff.
मुझे वो
Say
एकदम
bye-bye.
नहीं पसंद था. स्पिन नाम था उसका.
I
अच्छा.
really love their energy, and I don't know if it's like a generation thing because it's so different than the other Korean teams we're really familiar with here in Pacific. They are confident. They are not. They'll say it. They'll say we'll beat you, and they're super confident about this.
भाई
Now,
VRL के
this
stats तो
is,
देखो.
a very aggressive team, and maybe aggression is the meta. They're undefeated at Ascension so far.
Yeah, they are, but you look at their whole run so far, and I want to stress that this is 1 year of progress, guys. We look at the team coming together at the end of 24, going into 2025, And throughout Challenger's career, they struggle a little bit initially, then they start to be a really big contender. They win finally the road to Ascension, their first win domestically in Korea, and go on to dominate Pacific Ascension. And
Samalo,
that,
control your
on
emotions.
home turf at the Soup Valorant League, they've already shown that they are a team that on certain maps can blow Pacific teams out of the water.
Yeah, I mean, they just have that potential. This is a team that is absolutely stacked top to bottom. There's kind of nothing this team can't do. They play a style that is sort of uniquely their own. They're not afraid to try different things with composition, and I just think this is a team that I loved to watch. I felt like they had so much spark, so much energy in the server that it was just electric.
I do want to ask you guys, when we first saw Nongshim 2 years ago, we were super impressed in a very similar way. Very aggressive team, especially with Danby on that Neon. I mean, how do you feel these two squads compare? They're both really young and they're both really fast.
So I think there's a lot of similarities, but I was more impressed with what I saw from this Varel team because Nongshim had Danby. It was a neon meta and they had a neon guy, and it felt niche. And they came into Pacific and the meta shifted. They couldn't quite do the same things. When I'm watching this Varel team at Ascension, I felt like this transfers so perfectly to Tier 1. So I was much more impressed. I felt like these guys are ready to go at the Tier 1 level in a way Nongshim quite weren't. I think this is a big test for them today in this first match, but if they hit the ground running, this is a scary team. This is a team that is wanting to push for internationals.
Yeah, Varel have got a lot of shooters. Like, make no doubt, there's multiple players that can pop off. You can see their run through Ascension there. Interesting to note that actually against NKT and E-King, their first two games, they had some shaky moments, and they even said themselves over in Ascension in some of the interviews, they had to shake off some of the stage nerves. So my big question is, going on to the big stage here in Pacific, in these opening games, are they going to have any of those same kind of jitters, or have they shaken those off after playing the off-season tournament against some of the big boys there on the right?
That's the big thing for me. I think this GE team are going to be very good. It's going to be very solid, and I think with the way Frost coaches, his systems, they're going to be very consistent. This Varel team, it's looking about where do they land. I think if they win, it means a lot, and if they lose, it's can they get stable? Can they figure out how to be consistent on this stage?
That's a really good point. They actually haven't lost a game in a while, so this is going to be a big one if they do end up losing or not winning against Global Esports. Now, Global Esports, like you said, 3 really impressive signings. We have the IGL of Naos, Zabi. We got FPX straight from VCT China. We have Autumn, and of course, the ex-Paper Rex player, Patman. But Frost did keep 2 players. We have Udotan and Crystal.
I gotta say, I'm really happy about this. For one reason or another, GE has made lots of changes every year, bringing in brand new rosters, and that can happen. There's lots of reasons for that, but this is the first year they've managed to hang on to a solid core. Both Udotan and Crystal last year put up big performances, but they really showed a lot of potential, and now you're bringing in these 3 players to kind of back them up, round out that roster, as well as revamping the coaching staff with someone who's incredibly experienced like Frost. I think on paper, this is the best lineup we've seen.
And Pilsky, you know, we know Autumn from FPX, but he comes from a land down under.
He does.
And you know this guy. Tell us about him.
Yeah, so he started off his career in one of the most dominant teams in O's history, Order, and he was actually replaced after a while by Ronsky, who was the first Australian player we had in Pacific, who played also for GE, interestingly enough, under, you know, an assistant coach that we won't name. But after that, he actually went to India, playing under God's Reign, and then went to FPX. And I think that's really important because in Oceania, there's only a few players, and actually some of the more successful players often go to other regions to learn, to improve, and you could see that this has really worked well for Autumn. His God's Reign team was very, very competitive in India. His Order team often dominated Australia until they finally took an L to an underdog team. And on FPX, he was able to make multiple international events and really showed, despite not speaking the language of the rest of the team and trying to learn Chinese, that he was a very, very good player, and he has multiple different styles he can showcase. He can play a duelist, but he can also be a very stable player who plays more of a defensive sentinel style, either on a chamber because he's got a good op, or even things like Pseudo Senti Viper or Cypher. He's someone that can be very flexible for your team, but always delivers great fragging impact.
He was one of the first players that Frost had recruited onto his team, so he definitely saw that same potential that you were talking about. Now, we did touch upon this. This is the big question mark. This is a
agent
solid
pool
roster, but the agent pool, lots of overlap. Now, we're looking at 3 initiators. What do you guys make of this?
Yeah, this is the big thing I'm curious about. Is you have three guys who really have suited that initiative.
तीन player तीनों initiative खेलते हैं.
Who takes it and who flexes? So in my mind, as Xavi is the IGL, I think he's the #1.
Xavi is the IGL, okay.
But then that means we're flexing Pat, who was Rookie of the Year, Initiator of the Year. So are we moving him off this role? And of course, Crystal was definitely at his best on that Initiator role last year as well. So there's been lots of changes. It's clearly been quite back and forth, and Frost had some challenges to overcome when constructing these compositions. We just heard in the interview that I don't think they're going to be afraid to chop and change. We might see surprises throughout the year.
मैं नहीं देखा था उसका tattoo.
So I'm quite excited to see how this all comes together.
And not only do we have overlapping initiator roles, there are overlapping potential key duelists here.
Raise Neon, okay.
Yeah, I mean, this doesn't even tell the whole story because Udatan was actually playing the primary Sentinel for GE last year. So these are two players that both play Duelist and Sentinel, and you're going to have to choose which one is going to play which. Is it going to be role or agent dependent or depending on the map? This is big questions. This is my biggest concern about this GE roster. Do you put players on roles that they're not comfortable with, and
never
point for your team? Even if you have fantastic players who in certain roles have showcased that they can be some of the best in the region, or even in Xavi's case, I mean, in Tier 2, he's been a very good player that's been a prospect for a long time, but unfortunately...
क्या लगता है Autumn और Order 10 क्या खेलेंगे? मेरे हिसाब से ना.
But honestly, I think that's
अगर इनका IGL ना is going for a Sentinel ना, तो Autumn maybe Duelist खेलेगा and Order 10 भी Duelist खेलेगा.
Right off the bat against SLT, these guys aren't going to lack fragging power. So if you have underwhelming performances on agents you're not comfortable with, they're going to run you over.
Oh, absolutely. And of course, the
left hand,
left hand is who's going to be a controller. Yes, we saw Pat play Viper, but we really don't know. There are a lot of question marks.
I like Pat's Viper, especially on Icebox. I thought it was good.
Yes.
But like, also playing Viper on Icebox is different to playing Viper everywhere else. It's kind
घर
of
work from अगर करता हूँ ऑफिस गए हुए 2 साल होने को आए हैं मुझे लॉस okay.
I need to know how this is going to land to really get a fair assessment.
Okay, G viewing party भाई. मुंबई से देखो मुंबई से लोग कितने बैठे हैं और हम यहाँ बैठे हैं.
Are getting behind this new Korean team that they brought into the org. You know, we see a lot of crossover between the Korean and the Japanese scene, sometimes mixed teams. So this is going to be interesting to watch how the fans respond to this team.
I mean, while we get our map draft in, you know, putting on your coach hats, what primary roles would you throw the players on? Like, definitely. You don't have to do the whole
take
roster.
too long.
You don't have to do the whole thing, but like,
GE picks
definitely put on.
Split. VL pick Abyss.
I would keep Xavi on Initiator.
All भी हटा दिया. Heaven VL ने pick किया.
I want to see more of Autumn's Chamber. For me, that really is a standout agent, so I'd love to see him play on that Sentinel role a little bit. But truly, I think this could go any which way. I have no idea how Frost will have gone for this.
Yeah, I'm just going to wait and see what they
Interesting,
choose.
bhai. Split Abyss Heaven.
When it does work, because I'm results oriented and I don't like doing analysis before the fact. The map veto is very interesting to me though, specifically because Varel are doing something that they actually did going into Ascension, which is they didn't play much Abyss going into Ascension, and then when it was picked against them, they actually showed kind of a DRX style that they have played before, which is picked in this series, but they actually picked Split. This is a map that they banned back to back to back the last 3 series that they played in the Suit Valorant League. So they're actually once again into a new tournament, flipping their map pool and trying to be tricky and throw their opponents off a little bit.
Yeah, I like that they're doing that. It feels like such an explosive map split, so I think it could definitely suit them very well. Very curious about the kind of team comps that they're going to be cooking up that with, but give me Split in every single series. I love this map. This map one's going to be crazy.
You know, with the new, as we put up our talent predictions here, with the new pistol that's in the game now, I feel like Varel is going to have a really good time using that here. But here, we're pretty split on this. I'm actually surprised. I thought I was the only one going for Global, but yeah, you guys both went for Varel.
In my mind, Global are the favorites in this series. I think they have that experience. I think that they're building on a solid core. I think this Varel team have a lot more questions to prove with coming into this league, but I was picking the underdog. I was surprised to see 4 of us go for Varel, but the reason I went for Varel is that explosiveness. From what I saw in Ascension, if they're able to play that same way, I think they will be one of the top teams in Pacific.
Yes, I totally agree, and I think that there can be a lot of kind of abrasive factors when you put a team like GE together that can potentially sabotage you going into the opening game. And when you're playing against a team that is going to run at you, the cracks could definitely start to show, and that's kind of what I expect to happen in this series, to be honest. I don't think GE is necessarily going to hit the ground running straight away, but if they do, similar to what you just said about Varel, if they do, I think they're going to be one of the best teams in Pacific.
Yeah, this is going to be a huge deal. This is definitely one of the more highly anticipated matches of this weekend because there are a lot of question marks and there's so much potential. It wouldn't be surprising if either one of these teams made it really far into through kickoff right now because they're sharpshooters on Barrel and G is so much experience and all those individual players have experience playing against extremely aggressive teams. The question is, can Frost put it together in time as we send it to the stage for VCT Pacific Kickoff Day 2.
Let's go. किसी को ऐसा लग रहा है कि मेरे बैकग्राउंड से नॉइस आ रही है तो प्लीज़ मेरे को बता देना. So I can do something about it.
When I played in Japan region in Tier 2, at this time I don't really think I'm gonna play in franchise until the moment when I joined PaperX. The moment when I lift a trophy in stage 2, it's like the emotions I cannot even explain, you know, it's like my hands are shaking, adrenaline went up like crazy, and then I think also we won DRX from losing 0-2 to come back to 3-2. It was like amazing emotion.
23년도 때 저를 제외한 모든 팀원들이 리빌딩 됐을 때 살면서 겪어보지 못한 감정들을 많이 겪었던 것 같습니다. 새로운 팀원들과 새로운 꿈을 꿨고 세계 최고의 팀이라는 이야기를 들으면서 많이 행복했던 것 같습니다. 젠지를 떠나 T1으로 온 저는 국제대회 2연속 우승이란 최초의 기록을 세웠습니다.
At first, it was just fun. Putting on a jersey, having fun on the stage, and doing interviews. Everything was exciting and fun. But I never fully solved my inconsistency. And I started losing track what color suited me.
처음 우승했을 때는 이보다 더 행복감을 느낄 수 있을까 싶었었는데 2회 우승을 하고 나서 나 이거 챔피언스도 우승해보고 싶다. 새로운 감정이 또 들면서 그게 제가 지금 계속 열심히 할 수 있는 원동력이 된 것 같습니다.
Still, there was one goal that I haven't achieved yet. It was winning. Even though I joke and laugh a lot on stage, but winning is always my true passion. Jemkin, Crazy Guy, Pushy, and Xpero. With these guys, I finally lifted the trophy that I always wanted, and right now, I'm playing Valorant that I always dreamed of.
저희는 어센션보다 더 성장해서 왔고 퍼시픽들은 하나도 안 무서워요. 너무 약한데? 어센션보다 더 성장해서 왔고 아니 여기 뒤에 저희는 어센션보다 더 성장해서 왔고 한번 맞아봐요 어떻게 되는지.
He's struggling for that interview, bro.
I think we feel really sad and
yeah, not happy and feel sad. It's a new year, and I'm here again to a new mindset. After we are new, I think we are top contender team in Pacific right now. And Pacific history will be rewritten.
가장 원하는 건 아직 이루지 못했기 때문에 올해는 제가 모든 걸 쟁취하겠습니다.
We will remain unshaken to reach for our ultimate goal. It's going to be very exciting this year.
We won Pacific, we won Masters. There's only one thing left to win champions. In 2026, I'll earn everything.
क्या हो गया भाई? Oh. song. Oh. Crazy, bro.
It's kickoff time, and today is gonna be really exciting. Now, this team, formerly SLT, the players were mostly unknowns outside of Korea until Ascension, and they ended up surprising us all with their stage confidence and aggressive play style. Now, Pilski, a lot of people, we saw that Twitter poll, a lot of people picked GE, but I think it's also because they're unfamiliar with Beryl, because they didn't really watch Ascension or didn't really pay attention to why they're so good. Tell us why we shouldn't underrate this team.
Because in November 2024, they
they got the medal, bro.
They win Ascension and they dominate. So if they could show that same reckless aggression, that same explosive
The showing, yeah, हम continuous जीत रहे हैं और ये भी जीतेंगे. GE वाले ready though.
So that's exactly what I was
We are on a win streak on every tournament.
Supporting him, as are the rest of the Japanese fans over at the Watch Party.
Yeah, I mean, you love to see that. You feel like he's going to play a bit better today. He's got family here.
Yeah, that's great to see them. It must be so
Let's
exciting
go.
for the families. Now, Global Esports, one of the most exciting roster changes of this season, hands down. Now, Cross, he mentioned it's been really tough with less time than most rosters, being pulled together. But he's done it, and if I know anything about this guy, he works really hard. This is the same guy who took Talon from being kind of mid to the top 3 in Pacific.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the biggest coach signings that we've seen coming into Pacific this year. Just saw him do a hella sick handshake with Pac-Man, by the way. And we got to touch on that. Let's VOD review that later. But I'm very impressed with this roster. I love what they put together. This is the most excited I've been for GE in the last 2 years. And I think this team, if they hit the ground running, they have so much potential. I predicted I really hope I'm wrong today.
What? All right, we're having fun here today. I'm really happy to see it. I'm sure there is a little bit of stress here for both of these teams.
Yeah.
Winning this first match of the season is going to be huge for either team's momentum. Now, we did see something really interesting happen with SLT last year. They're confident and they're not afraid to show it. What happened in that timeout last year? Do you guys want to recap that?
I mean,
Subsidiary program मध्ये in South Korea under government वहाँ से Ascension जीत के promote हुए फिर Viral signed them. Oh. हाँ उसमें कुछ नाम अलग दिखा रहे ना इनके टीम का नाम अलग था.
I want to see on the Pacific stage from a Korean team, no less. I thought that was Will Polite out here.
Yeah, but especially I hope that comes out today against Global Esports, because we know there's a little sass on that side too.
Oh, there's trash talkers on that team. Yeah, I want this to go back and forth, and I mean, this is such an exciting matchup. For me, this is the most exciting matchup of week 1 that we're seeing here. I just love both of these teams, and I think it's all about who's able to start strongest.
Oh, that is so much fire from Barrel.
Yeah.
You love to hear
They're
that in the
hyped
team huddle. Like, honestly, this game is so hotly anticipated. It could go either way. There's 2 very exciting rosters coming onto the Pacific stage here, and this could really define either one of these teams' kickoff runs.
Absolutely. Now, we've seen a fair bit of SLT or Barrel and what they like to play. Of course, the big question mark is Global Esports and agents.
This is a fun composition. We're seeing Rito here for the first time in Pacific, but I gotta highlight the roles here. Zabi is playing that smokes, Crystal staying on the initiator.
They got a Veto as a sentinel, bro.
That duelist, meaning Yudatan is is on that veto. I think Frost is taking a very different approach. This is an off-meta comp. This is something wacky.
Yeah, for Varel, there's also some changes. Klaus on the Yoru. Usually it's LP who plays this, and Zexy is more of a Jet guy than a Raze guy.
Yeah.
So you've actually seen some changes for Varel. Usually they stick to the same style. They stick to the players that are comfortable with certain agents. This shows a little bit of development for me, but as we've seen before, when a Jet guy starts
Double
to
controller.
play Raze, sometimes that doesn't actually end up working very well.
Yeah, I know. I think this is something I'm very
कितना
excited
अच्छा है
about. Either
सोचो
way, this
उनके
is my
सब्सिडियरी
matchup
प्रोग्राम
of
से
this
टीम
weekend is to see how these two
आके Ascension
teams
जीत गई।
will be playing against each other.
हमारी
And to
गवर्नमेंट ही
confirm
बेकार है
this,
भाई।
it's gonna be Quackmodo.
मतलब स्पोर्ट्स के रिगार्डिंग ना कुछ चीज़ों में अच्छी है कुछ चीज़ों में पीछे है अभी लगेगा टाइम
And this guy is Aussie, he's brainy, he reaches Radiant despite being colorblind, and he's going to take us through this new barrel, Kids on a Block, and also Global with a whole new cold, new iteration of it.
I think it's just really exciting. I think that's going to be the staple word for this series and this date maybe as well, with DFM and Gen G around the corner a little bit later. But yeah, there's an Aussie in the server, right? We can delve into that. Varel. Now, for those that might have actually missed Ascension, because I've seen a little murmuring about at the moment, who are these Varel kids? Let's just throw it out there and think of a mini Paper Rex. If you want to see how you're looking at the stylization of this team and what we're coming to expect, it's going to be aggression, it's going to be pushing extremities, it's going to be taking fights and being confident to not shy away from getting dirty in the server. But for global esports, man, I'm excited as well. You know, we're building on what this roster was last year. I was looking at that handshake that was coming out from Frost and from Patman, and as soon as that happened, I saw electricity running through Patman. You know that he is so hungry to get wins. A trophy winner in the server right now for global esports. I'm just so keen to see what they
20
have
seconds.
on this map. Starting on attack. And they do have that veto that was highlighted in here from Big Time. A bit of a, you know, outside agent pull, but not really when you consider that we've got some teams in the world like the Fnatic, like your Team Liquid, that play this comp with a Raze instead of the veto. So it's not like you're missing a bunch of things that we haven't seen before.
Yeah, we're going to have to see how it all plays out still, though. Right now on the attack, as you mentioned, slowly creeping forward into Garage.
G got attack side.
You got Zexy already on this angle with the Sheriff looking to do what he can. Right around the orb.
The eye comes out as well, but straight through the TP, Cinder crashes against him. Still though, undetected, Zexy!
No.
Double, Shuna popping in, and all that's left, just Javi.
It's going to be a difficult one though, you'd expect, right? A 1 versus 3, playing on this Astra
निकाल पाएगा?
for the second ever time in his history of Valorant. So there's going to be some learning here.
Oh, he got a Serif.
It's a lot to do as well. 2 stars to possibly work.
Now he knows 2 people there.
Harold getting into position, the full squad. As soon as you peek this, all you've got is a classic.
Oh, it's just a firing galley. Honestly, there's not really a way you get back through this.
They're starting to dance around as well.
Unfortunately, it's just too difficult.
That's the final star. It's not going to do too much. Klaus
Nice try, nice
cleaning
try.
up. And Farrell with the pistol.
Nicely done from them.
That close wala na.
A lot of cheeky plays
Oh my
around smokes
god.
lately as well, right?
Yeah.
We're seeing dark covers usually, or any smoke form that comes out, right? Players are hiding in the corner of the smoke inside it, ready to get some, I'll call them cheap shots, but it is smart, right? It's playing the abilities to good usage. You can kind of see it's the same sort of thought process in this round. You're playing on the corner of the poison cloud, you're in an unexpected position, and if you play a little bit patient, it's going to work wonders. So pistol, over the side of Varel. And in towards this round, I was waiting to see if there was going to be any eco-fraggers, so to speak. It looks like Zexy with the Scopy boy is going to be the charge there.
Okay, one guy moving A.
And he was one of those standout duelists from
Patman is A, Patman is A.
Ascension last year.
Now Autumn as well.
Pistol round. Right now though.
Okay, he's watching.
Yeah, you're trying to sell a little bit of a fake over towards the B side in the very beginning, but there's been no space progress over at the A side at the moment. Now with GE having all 5 members together, it is the time for Zexy to farm up with this map.
Oh, well, they left to be, they left to be.
Francis, was it? Yep. No. Those are some big shoes to fill. See if you can find something huge here as well. Otherwise, just trying to do what you can.
Oh my god!
Bendito Burrito!
Talk about disgusting behavior coming out from the bandit there. This is a round that is turning upside down immediately. Unless Klaus can do something,
Oh, nice.
the answer is no.
Oh my god,
Now it's going to be Cinder.
They got a Uno reverse.
For Varel. See if he can
The 1v3 again.
face in this round.
For the VL now.
disgusting shots. Just trying to stay undetected for now, but that
There's a thrift coming
potentially
out.
reveal a little bit. Every single angle covered by the global squad right now, but as soon as they get peek out, still not
Oh
gonna
my god!
Oldest member on the roster for Varel can't get it done. LP, the IGL, for those that, again, might be questioning what this roster is, right? Because I think that's a good point in time to kind of talk about for Varel at the moment. They are the new
Oh,
kids.
that
They
bandit
are very young.
did his
right?
work.
So we're looking at some learning, some building experience in this T1 area where they might not be used to losing. So they've got to navigate a lot of these problems.
Let's
That
go.
is a cheeky round rather to come through from GE, and now we'll have a bit of a listen into them.
They smoke. I just shoot the pit. I can recon for you.
Yeah, you're keeping careful, okay?
Okay.
They have Viper smoke with.
They're holding A as well.
Run.
Doing same.
Someone B.
There's one B
I'm
is
leaving.
same. But they are 4B.
Well,
To
it's
be.
always good to hear from these teams, in addition to the broadcast here in Pacific. And just for confirmation as well, it is direct live comms with the teams today, fixing all that up.
Just feeding us so
No,
much.
no,
feeding
no.
Intel to each other and
Oh!
Cinder trying to steal something away. It's not quite going to happen with Autumn. Watching the angles down. Happy as well. Trying to the Vandal. This is what you want to have, building up that momentum after the Thrifty round being picked up.
Yes, bhai.
Trying to find some damage though, that's the question at the moment. Has picked up this Phantom, finding the right timing, but also quick for the trade. And now it's all on to LP at the other
They're
side
dominating,
of the map
bro.
with the Bandit.
G is dominating from the
Looks like
very
it's gonna
beginning.
be an untenable situation. Maybe he can get a kill or two here,
You're-
Quack,
he's
but that's
A,
kind of
he's
all you
A.
can hope for, you'd assume.
Yeah, would be nice, nonetheless. But otherwise, just the entire thing breaking down around Garage in this round.
Little by little, we creep on into the site. Plants go down by Autumn to get a bit closer to the drift.
Spike planted.
I see that, a couple points away. Nonetheless, position revealed. All you best
Let's
now
go,
hope
let's
for is
go.
a wild swing, but Pat
2-1.
take it anyway.
GE will find two, so now we look for a little bit more stability in the beginning of this map. Of course, Varel, you would assume definitely not expecting to get thrifted come the second round. You know, when I look to this team and I look to the style of play that they're going to be coming in, right, they are going to get aggressive on one side of the map. If they're losing a player, they're going to want to take space elsewhere, right? They have a very big understanding of the macro aspect of this game that they want to be playing in their 1 year of Valorant play together. That Pilsky highlighted earlier, of course, but in this caliber, in this area, are they really going to still be able to deliver that? Early showcase of the operator here for Klaus.
He's watching from.
Should bring a little bit of changes for GE, but maybe not. As
No, bro, no, they got off.
Shuna instead. Still though, quickly as G pushes on, they apply pressure on towards Mail.
The 3v3.
Now a bit of a reset. As I said though, exactly this case in point, right? They lose space somewhere. They want to figure out elsewhere. Is it dirty or is it occupied by the opponent? Cinder going very far forward into the garage at the moment, but now poised on an off angle.
Oh, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Still finds it instead. Now you'll be able
They
to
got
open
off,
up
they
the
got
shot
off.
quick.
And how do you do this with an operator though, right?
Off city?
Klaus, a single blindside, LP, no utility to speak of, and a judge in hand. Maybe you want to try and change weapons if you possibly can up at the tower.
It's happening, we're winning this.
Nightfall, more ability spent.
Let's go. Let's go.
No chance for Varel to ever back.
That's really nicely done from GE.
Good decision, why good decision? You see that decision? Okay, Oman pushed up, there will be no one, let's go.
Right? It removes Patman, it removes Autumn. You've got a couple of key components that you're looking to gather some space, to gather some entries, but they do pause a little bit. And again, if you've done your homework on this Varel team, it does not matter the map. Expect that they're going to push an extremity when they lose members. We're already seeing this right now. It's what to mind in the offseason against T1. T1 had a fundamental understanding that that's what Varel do. They got the better of them a lot. GE, I'm already seeing that they know this.
So many of those lessons learned throughout the offseason. Of course, Varel not backing down though, this time with a Judge and a Guardian.
Yep, party mix by. It's cheeky. It can get the job done, don't get me wrong. You got that Judge real close towards B main at the moment, but Cinder,
They're
not gonna
moving
be able to
A.
fight for that one. You know, hear the TP. come out from Autumn to the
They're moving, eh? Oh my god, what a fake.
Looks to go. This outline's been doing so much work for the team as well.
So you got a
Slicing
serif.
the pie.
Klaus got a serif on site.
The target gets revealed first.
If you do go up towards the ramp here as Global, and you walk in towards Shuna with that Guardian, he is one away from the Nightfall as Evolution comes out for Yudotan now onto
Okay,
his
they know
You
one
mentioned
heaven.
that, right? Right through the top of heaven, trying to get them as they approach out from main. Unfortunately, not able to find too much. Just Klaus into the corner now, hoping for a right click, but it's not happening.
It got Yudotan down to 3 HP, but with that Evolution, he's just going to heal up right back to 100. It's a little bit disgusting sometimes. You feel hard done by for Klaus, but we do switch into a post plant now.
Yeah, right as you are. Still,
my
though,
God.
Evolution
Help,
could be
Pac-Man.
quite pesky working against Beryl. Little trio trying to approach it out from main.
Why is watching?
Cinder in with that judge.
तुम्हारा ही fade है भाई.
Throw some safe passage into its elbow.
It's just crossfires at the moment from GE.
Yeah, all of it marked down. Boombot quickly dealt with. Patman dispatched.
Nah, gun down, bro. Why?
LP chiming in with a sheriff. Now Zuna finds a shot, but at this
Let's go.
point, way too low, way too much to do. GE with another round win.
And this is the point in time where I think to myself, all right, Varel, you got thrifted in the second round. You've lost a couple of other rifles. It's time for a talk. It's time to have a discussion with the coach.
That's what I'm going to
you
say.
got to do, and it comes in nice and early here. Hopeful for them that they're
G is doing the same thing every single time.
At the moment now, they got the rifles back in play, right? But
Now-
what are they going to try and figure out that GE are doing? Because it's kind of cut and dry at the moment from GE. They're using the usage of the Yoru, nice in my mind from Autumn. He's keeping interest around.
Vamos, he's saying vamos.
Scaling up together slowly as a team, trying to maximize a bunch of the utility that they do have up their sleeves, and trying to just figure out where might be weaker side of Varel or who is positioned where. So it's the time to really change things up. And again, right, I mentioned Varel not really used to losing. Right, they were winning everything in careers essentially. They have a little slip up at the end on their road to Ascension, but they managed to come back and they managed to win. They go flawless in their run, and now they're here. They go up against GE. You know they're feeling confident, but it's always different when you get into the server. When
Maybe
you
this
see
time
this crowd, when you
their
feel
fade,
vibrations
the
of moving
VRLs
here.
का जो fade है, वो
That's what
थोड़ा
it's
सा
all
info
about.
creation
Feeling
करेगा.
that now, Quack.
That's what
5
I think.
rounds in.
The weight, the
Let's
gravity
see.
of the situation. Your family right here in the stadium, in the stands, watching you. There's quite a bit to do. There's a lot to earn. Everything up for 2026.
And we had expectations last year for our last year's Ascension winners in Nongshim as well, right? I've seen a lot of questions posed.
Out aim तो हो रहे हैं, out aim तो हो रहे हैं. बट थोड़ा reset कर देंगे ना वो भी अपने आप
This
को.
is a good stepping stone series to see.
It's all going to get tested right here as we come back in through the timeout.
But I can see they are not focused right now.
They're hanging back for now.
Autumn one away from the dimensional drift, likewise of Klaus. So you got to be on the expectation that this
Yoru's
might be
decoy is there on mid.
very big pickup for GE to scale in towards the site to sniff it out as well. That dark cover should permit the orb gathering for Autumn, and you should know in Varel's head now that this was going
Pac-Man
to
is
potentially happen. But you
still
gotta
outside है.
yourselves with the
Pac-Man अभी भी बाहर खड़ा है एक
revealed
है.
over to the B site.
He's just holding it.
Ending. They've been TPing over to the A site to look to end there. You're not seeing too much shuffling at the moment from Varel either.
Just trying to trust in their current positions, but that's where I get a little bit nervous. This outlaw.
Oh my
upgraded to an
god. What was that jiggle big? Oh,
Klaus to
go.
back up this B site at the moment, but it's not like
Oye,
you're
out
playing
aim
strong
पे है,
side
out
with
aim
this
पे
Yoru,
है.
and
क्या jiggle big है वो?
to the other side when it comes, right? They're playing a little bit late reactive at the moment. A boombot only now going down at this B site.
Oh, they're ulting and they're going.
Towards this
Eh?
solo location, and Shuna is
Oh
falling
my
for it.
god.
They're
No,
just
they know,
dropping
they know,
right
they
now.
know, they
LP
know.
needs help.
Now they know. It's a fake, guys. Come here.
Get too much. See how long he can stay alive for. A cosmic divide, selling so much of it. The Nightfall does arrive, and LP.
Oh no.
Now stake by burning at the feet against Patman.
Oh my god. No, 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 no.
Out with the op, a second shot through the engine block. Now a 1v1 against
Nah,
Sexy.
nah, nah. No time, no time, no time.
Spike on the ground. Not too much time, and unfortunately that will be
Oh my god. They know कि Viper है वहाँ पे.
bleeding.
That's crazy. That is absolutely
उसने अपना
disgusting
info
on
भी
that
दिया
timing
मौली
moment
घेर
with
के.
that nightfall from Shuna. I mentioned it earlier, right? Picking it up potentially at the tower earlier on in the previous round. Have that available right now. And unfortunately for maybe a lot of people's liking here, GE taking a little bit too long to get in towards the A site. The timing
You
on
got
LP's
3 and 180.
absolutely perfect to keep them at bay before they blow out into
You got 4?
And I mean, what, 4 on the nightfall?
You got a
even
4.
beyond the grave,
Ek
but
molly kill.
Molly getting the job done too for your 4th kill there.
Oh my god.
That's a bit of a breath of fresh air for
Zuna.
Valor in this defensive side.
Oh, yes.
Resulting.
Like that Omega Viper, but right now it's gonna
B.
be GE going on the offensive as well. Maybe another fake yet with dimensional
Oh,
drift.
no, 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 no. Viper बैठ गया.
LP with this change up at the moment. He's at this B site in amongst the toxins with Zexy for Pac-Man.
That was how Farrell
Okay.
took down the pistol. Off angles.
They went back.
But the rotations have been bought over.
Oh no, हाँ फिर से.
To try to push in out into A site. Cinder slowing them down. Javi finding another shot. Cinder though still around elbow. Here comes
Oh my
Dimension
God.
Drift from Klaus as well. Enough of a reaction against Yudotan. Javi doing his best to stay alive, but more pop flashes. He turns
Nah.
away. It's not enough. Crystal, what do you have? The spike on the ground. Angles in check, but movement too quick coming out from Klaus.
My
Very
god.
nicely done from
3
Farrell.
4 after that
Two in a
coach
row.
advice
Taking
उन्होंने
seconds in towards the next round as well to better build up a little bit of your economy. Right, could have been in shambles if it goes the other way. Now we're starting to see a little bit more of the right decisions from them. A bit of an over-rotate again to the B site, one could argue, but for Cinder, holding down this site in the backup of Klaus on the Yoru. Really nicely done.
Now it looks easy for VRL as well.
For example, on the Viper on this map and Klaus on the Yoru.
They're judging it every single round nicely.
From the Yoru 2 on specific maps. Always have a different look in what Farrell want to
This
play.
time no one B.
What
Let's
map they
see.
do have, and I guess you would probably say the same for GE, is what Frost is saying.
Still though, as things
Okay, he
continue
tip
to
it back.
change, it gets hard
Oh,
to
they got.
predict. All of a sudden, it's quick movement, quick rush, all the way up ramp. 3 players down.
2v2, please do it. G, please.
Hit down for Pac-Man as well, because this is a 2 versus 2. Though, a hell of a lot of utility for Varel here. Boombot can clear a bit of the pit. You got the Paranoia that you can go in together as well. And Yudotan's quite low. Does have the cross cuts available.
Jaxi got an operator. There is got an operator.
You're gonna look to just play
He will
protect
just
for
change
the pit
gun,
with Pac-Man.
maybe.
That's all you can hope for. Interceptor's been shot down as well. Now just trying to play around positioning, but Cinder trying to get on top of it as well. Where could Zexy be? There it goes.
Oh no no
Now
no no
Cinder's
no no no
known
no
as
no.
well as a drop
Don't
player
give him,
spot.
don't give him that clutch.
Protect the spike and Pat, all he needs to do is just hold down left click.
Oh bro, close था. अगर नहीं होता ना, अगर अल्ट नहीं होता ना,
Very nicely reallocated for Global
Batman पे
Esports
तो नहीं
in
होता
that
भाई
round,
ये.
when you consider could have gone the other way with the trades that Barrel were coming through with, right? Shuna trying to just stamp his feet down at tower as well, trying to lock down ramp after the opener goes Barrel's way. This is the importance on why I say you want to get that pit down in the 2 versus 2. Nicely navigated out from GE.
Good job.
And the economy situation for Varel nearly in the bin. Guardian and a Bucky for Cinder on the ladder weapon. Not going to be positioned at the front side of B like that Judge was this time. He's going to be dancing around the map.
A little bit unfortunate. The brief recovery from the
They
past
got a
rounds
Guardian,
by
Bucky, and
GE,
Sarifs.
as they head back into B site.
It's almost a
Crystal
safe
one away
round.
from Nightfall. All priority on him. Okay. Good maximization from Global Esports to have a lot of this equipment to utilize where they need to.
Face your fear.
There it goes.
Oh, he got it revealed.
After the
No.
quickly breaking down the side, but still sight lines open. What is this? The Guardian shot. A snake bite to kind of slow things down, but Suna still
They're
able
going back.
to land them through.
Again.
Global trying to hang back.
3v2 this time. उन पे गन ना आ जाए बस.
Huge casualties sustained, and they're trying to hunt down for yet another pick, trying to work around this cosmic divide. Klaus just watching for security, and he's right on!
That's really good crosshair placement to come from Klaus there. and just really discussing utility to come through from Varel ultimately, right? They get the Snake Spike down, which brings the vulnerability in, and the lesser weaponry can just pepper you down very quickly. The paint shells were even lobbed in there as well for good measure. It's just a really good flood position from Varel in towards the B site when you've got Global, again, I think a little bit too slow on the back of their utility. You've got that Nightfall that comes out, and they try to go in a little bit later, but it's not in tandem, right? It's not getting the back of the B site space with a TP to come out from Autumn, for example. A couple of jitters, but an opportunity for Varel to potentially tie things up now when you consider the lesser.
They're committing mid this time, oh my god.
That's fantastic for Varel as well, quickly catching on to these bruises, but right now, GE coming with a different approach up middle.
Okay, keep it there.
You're not really seeing too much from them at the moment.
You got vents.
Playing around B and TPing towards A.
Okay,
You've got to be really careful in these moments as Varel too, right? What do your adjustments look like? You've got LP playing Spotto essentially towards the top of tower, thinking better of it at the moment. They don't see anything, but you're not being too.
कुछ info नहीं है. Vents ले लिया पर कुछ info नहीं है अभी तक.
Starting to sniff what's happening on the extremity of B. And again,
2 Vandal हैं, 1 Stinger है.
that will always want some space if they're missing information.
Big challenges posed against GE. Threats being sussed out.
Now they know 2 people here.
No Prowler going through. Space being gathered. Meanwhile, kind of hung back with the snake bite being tossed out by LP again.
Look at the rotations though towards this B site at the moment. Zexy maybe thinking better of it to be the 4th member to get on over here. LP has to get out of the tower. 30 seconds to go now for Global to end at this B site.
A lot of information retrieved. Varel kind of has
They know 3 people there.
comes down to how well they receive it. The Outlaw going through, but LP going down. Heaven claimed.
Got a side.
Coming through, looking for
Oh my god.
Autumn claiming more heads as we speak.
First bullet accuracy from a couple of these GE members there. Absolutely perfect. And now this is, again, another flipped round, isn't it? GE, info on 1 player in Shuna from the chokehold.
Just trying to find a little bit more. A little bit afforded by Zexy. If he can find the
Let's
goal,
go.
going down to the elevation angle. Shuna though.
I knew it.
Double, but not enough as Autumn comes back in.
मगर Autumn तो निकाल ही देगा ऐसा पोजीशन पे बैठा है वो.
In that round for Varel, individual. Not a lot of trades to potentially come out from them. I'm looking at that 2 versus 4 as well, and it's a bit of a split retake, right? We've seen a lot of good strength in numbers from Varel.
ऐसी feeling आ रही है किसी का
getting the trades.
किसी का ace आएगा मेरे को ऐसा feeling आ रही है.
Of that variety. And it was the lesser buy from Global Esports as well, which gets a little bit more stability coming their way into this attacking half. That's 6 that they've found. Nice but tighten up from Autumn there. Understanding, you know, in all of his experience as well, right, over in CN, that there's always opportunities for growth, always opportunities to do better as Shuna opens this round on a crystal.
They're going to need a tight on the line.
Nah. 3, 4, all 5. No, don't do this.
And everything to boot. LP working himself into the off angle, but here comes Autumn, here comes Javi. Trying to break through the top of Ram Klaus. Trying to do his targets, but it's not enough.
And then Cinder was here because of the utility that he used a little bit earlier on, so it's a very heads-up play from them to get over towards his B site. No from the shadows for Cinder anymore.
Wait baited with result भाई for real.
For a good close here, you'd expect from Autumn and
Wudo 10 ने अपने आप को bait किया info निकालने के लिए with ult. Util भी और info भी निकाली उसने. Crazy bro.
Dropping this one. Poison Cloud onto the spike. You got the snake spike for Pat as well. Very difficult for Cinder here.
That's just it. The talk of the town, Autumn. The champ of the 1v1s. Here comes Cinder, the challenger. V hops over, but positions noted as well. Ooh. GE now stuck up, elbow to elbow. We'll see if Cinder can do much, but unfortunately not enough.
That's not a 1v1 bro, it's a 1v2.
GE looking to take this first half.
We hear it at the end of the last round, right? From Autumn to tighten up. That felt very, very loose and sloppy from GE going in towards that A site in the very beginning. A gorgeous haunch that comes out from Shuna, capitalizes with the kills to come in there. But the 5 versus 3 very quickly, and I mean very quickly, turns into a 2 versus 1 there, back to GE's favor.
Vamos! He's saying vamos every single time. Oh my god.
Make it good as well, right? Nightfall, dimensional drift.
Okay, Autumn got a op.
Definitely want to see how they're going to use them in this sort of round. Is it going to be early for stalling? Is it going to be for a post plant?
Oh, he's pushing. Oh no, what a timing, fuck!
There's that drift to come out from Klaus over at the A site, scoping out everything.
Oh, no.
See, there's nothing really there.
You got a timing there. Oh no, again!
Was what GE was doing.
Oh wow!
The early round pressure this time, backing off the TP.
Now they know TP किया उसने.
Be audible.
It's a nice bait and switch.
आई हो गया, बात तो आई हो गया यार.
Garage at the moment too, right? When you had Zexy
Yeah,
very
yeah.
far forward with Cinder as well, but luckily for GE, they're going to drift in towards the A site at the moment and spot out
Okay, they're
two
spotting
players
Yoru.
over here. Maybe it was just the one. Klaus though is going to diff Autumn in that Yoru battle.
And once again, another slight fake. Most of the GE players are all towards middle now.
40 seconds to make some adjustments as it's the garage control yet again for Zexy. Slips back on in. Shuna taking out Patman.
3v5.
Looking a bit better for Varel, but just for the millisecond,
3v4
right?
now.
Falls. Where do you think GE are currently lurking about?
Going
Because
A.
look at this. I mean, LB's
Oh no.
So versatile. Every single move all across the
They know,
map.
they know, they know.
People are stunned
Crystal.
and confused, but here comes the Nightfall. Shuna trying to keep them at bay. The rest of the squad arriving just on time.
Individual prowess. Need to see it from every member alive in this round at the moment.
Zavi खड़ा है main पे.
Coordination in my mind for Varel for this retake.
Absolutely, Komodo.
और उसका plant बिल्कुल नहीं है.
He's got quite a forward to him as well. Paint shells, satchels, everything. GE though trying to buy that time away from the spike. More stars and everything tossed over the screens. And here comes Javi.
Oh, let's go, Crystal.
Crystal! What a
You
spray on
know.
that
Crystal
man.
knows कि ये सीढ़ी पे
Up
था.
towards elbow, and the footsteps are already
आ गया,
heard.
let's
Shuna
go.
with a desperate effort, but unfortunately shut down at the end. It's GE with an 8-4 first half.
Another recovery for them as well when they're losing these opening players.
Okay.
Another 4
Good half,
versus
good
5
half.
conversion.
Very good half.
Autumn being felled first, but the team comes back. I think a lot of people, when you think about this global roster, you think, or you forget rather, what Crystal was able to do before he joined GE as well. How impactful he was in his ascension runs over in CN before coming over towards Pacific. He took on the mantle of an IGL role as well, which drew him back a little bit from the fragging power. He's been, in my mind, released and has the opportunity to be released on this roster now with Javi taking the mantle of the IGL. And if he can grow back into his confidence as well, that we know that initiator in him can be, it's another attribute to this GE roster that's really, really scary. So it's good to see that he's making smart
क्या लगता है भाई? कौन जीतने वाला है? देखो 8-4 is also winnable for VRL, but G का देखो भाई. VL अभी देखते हैं क्या करती है अटैक में. एवरेज कॉम्बैट स्कोर 301 है भाई उसका. Kills 13 निकाले उड़न.
as well, right? A lot of the times last year, and I'm going to put the devil horns on right now, when GE was crumbling, because they did crumble a lot, who was the fella on the roster that was generally consistent? It was Yudotan. He was consistent in his plays, no matter what, generally. So it's good to see that I feel he's got a bit more building blocks around him to be able to maximize his potential as well. I'm just, again, really excited about this roster, to be completely honest with you.
Autumn. Here we go. Back in the second half, and I believe we're going to be able to listen in.
Michael Jordan. Let's go, boys. Let's go. They satchel left. Jump.
Oh, taking ramps. One holding mid.
Wait, they're gonna go back, I think. Saba, I need your prowler ramp right there, okay? Omen TP the full, I think we fight it, bro. Let's go fight it.
They gave the call Viper mid.
Yudotan and Autumn over at this tower at the moment, but great to see and hear that Patman is very vocal for what he needs from the team. Simultaneous kills from Javi and Pat with extra information in mid from Yudotan. It's looking like a gorgeous pistol.
निकाल दिया. 9-4 it is. 9-4.
Pick up what he can while Klaus tries to poke and prod towards B.
He can get in towards the B side at the moment, but in a 2 versus 5, you know the gaps that he's going to be able to play, right? You've got Autumn looking towards the alleyway, and you've got Heaven covered off by Crystal.
They're playing on stick. जैसे plant करेंगे तब pick देंगे. They're waiting. They're going back step. Easy है. निकलेगा. Yoru देख रहा है Yoru को. Oh my god, no. He went back. Now they are coming from everywhere.
And the kill. Okay.
No, not possible. Not possible.
Need a whole lot more.
Oh!
just as soon as they drop down, Klaus.
Oh, he's diffusing.
Right on the trigger. But one unbeknownst to him, it's going to be Patman. Just enough to bait and switch up for Hobby to find a final headshot. It's Global with both pistols on this.
भाई वो तू डिफ्यूज कर.
Got that wrong.
बैटमैन क्या कर रहा है? उठ के मार रहा है उसको. मार देता है भी. लौड़े लग जाते.
The next one, and they had a sensational start because of that one. 2 versus 5 that you've got some damage and a plant in there for Varel.
भाई मैं क्या बोलूं अभी अभी क्या हुआ अभी कुछ भी हो सकता था. Oh my god.
But ultimately Global Esports will be extending the 8-4 half that they come out with that pistol round. They'll be feeling pretty confident from them on their opponent's map pick as well, right? Split picked out for Varel if you did miss it.
They all coming A.
Take a look at the buy that they come out with those little lighter upgrades I was talking about. The Sheriff for Shuna and Zexy in with the Shorty.
And there he goes, flying over into the side. Yudotan already keeping him in check. All the
easy.
Light work. Unfortunate for the Korean squad. But
easy win है bro. Easy win है भाई. 4-10 से अगर comeback कर दिया ना भाई तो जो mental में impact पड़ेगा ना जी के वो नेक्स्ट लेवल होगा भाई. मतलब 4-10 पे बैठी है अभी जी. यहाँ से कमबैक नहीं देना चाहिए भाई. नहीं ऐसी फोकस्ड रहो जीतोगे.
Round coming up for Varel. Weapons in possession, but what are you going to deliver on your attacking side? Is it going to be trying to maximize
mental fuck up नहीं करना guys.
Or do you have to play a little bit more slower and disciplined because we know Varel.
Batman तेरे पे याद हैं देख के.
Are you getting a little bit more hesitant?
That's where those seep in. The tendrils starting to take over your mind. But
aggro.
Now these guys, they had smack talk up over at Ascension. They surely have the.
They're pushing B, bhai.
Right now.
You're not giving up his space.
There he goes.
Trade at least.
Okay.
That's good.
Still no up over on top.
B heaven, multiple. Where's the team, bhai?
Now, Varel going down the stairs in towards the defender spawn. You've
Stairs
got
guy.
LP who's off yonder in his own postcode. They're not looking at what's behind them.
Oh.
There's the spike, but it's Autumn taking
got
the
this spike.
initiative to get the lead for GE in this round in terms of
Nah.
numbers.
BL से नहीं होगा.
What a check.
Oh!
Sexy! They hold it down! Yudotan coming in as well, but it's all down to this 2v.
1v2 दे जा भाई. छी भाई.
That was a bit of a mistake from Global, I will admit. A little bit too hungry to close the round there and catch up Varel potentially, but 2 versus 1. Yudotan, an opportunity perhaps onto LP, but by the timing of the toxic screen going down, dispatches of him, he's fully healthy here as well, Quack.
आवाज जाएगी उसको.
Did Klaus hear him?
Oh, चली गई.
Yes, he does. Now quickly alert as well, quick on the hop, but it's not going to be enough. Klaus just snaps out to that midair.
Necessary round to come through from Varel. Though with only one player surviving,
भाई ये लन निकाल दिया अपना गेम. अपना राउंड निकाल दिया
so I
उन्होंने.
think if you're Global Esports, you'll forget a little bit that the round was
Let's
very
see.
possibly won.
मेरे को लग रहा है देखो अभी राउंड निकल गया है. ठीक है.
Autumn, as I said, when they all try to flood in and they do ultimately die.
उन्होंने अपना बाय राउंड निकाल लिया है. तो ये नेक्स्ट राउंड जीतेगी तो फिर जी पे बाय नहीं रहेगा. जी का गया.
That was a very lukewarm, nice coming out from Varel. I don't know about you.
ये राउंड नहीं जीते ना जी तो बाय गया. दोनों का ही गया. जो भी हारेगा उसका बाय गया.
Triple elimination format. There's depth to this tournament. And right now, it's one step in front of the other for Varel on their map pick. 5 rounds behind. A couple of light shields coming into the mix in this round.
एक भी आउटलो नहीं है भाई.
Let's see if Crystal can draw the attention away from Patman at the moment where the Prowler is actually going to reveal him.
Ooh, but it's still just going to be them waltzing through, unfortunately, into the crosshairs.
Yeah, a bit of a loose bullet coming out from Shuna on towards Patman, but Zexy has found the gap at the moment. Javi had a little bit of the awareness to check that one, but poor old Yudotan, head removed. Trade starting to come on through. Zexy onto Autumn, and now...
Nah, bye gaya. Gaya bye.
Oh, and it just turns back around into screens. Still, though, enough space and some options for Varel.
Yeah, they pivot over towards this B side now.
Now अभी save round आ गया. Oh my god.
You'll get that refreshable dart cover back for Cinder.
निकाल सकता है देखो. निकल तो सकता है.
Tower and Ali
जावी ने अगर एक निकाल दिया ना तो फिर निकल सकता है. एक निकाल के ट्रेड हो गया तो. पर थोड़ा स्लो जा रहा है जावी. इन्फो निकाल भाई. निकाल. ओमन का इन्फो दे दे. मार उसको.
Most likely option, but also otherwise taking a deep space back up into heaven.
Oh no.
Something that Javi might not exactly expect.
Oh, निकाल दिया.
Insane peak, just down to LP left. And a
Oh.
very global cosmic divide out. It's another wild swing. Crystal has stuck it halfway, but LP is jumping all around. Pharaoh comes in huge with a Red Bull clutch to keep them afloat.
That was really nicely done from Javi to be able to find that first kill on really low.
Batman ने हक दिया भाई.
Coming out, you're kind of hoping and praying that that's going to be the be-all and end-all that can get the job done for Global there. But LP not phased when brought down to the 1 versus 1. Spike half defused, playing jump with the wall. And does go out for a bit of the swing when he sees that Crystal is off the spike. I mean, it was starting to get the real tail ends where that defuse was necessary. Another round for Varel. Another one with only one player surviving though, but you do destroy the economy of Global here. Ouch! That is that is.
You just mentioned economy shattered, but they're still able to.
Oh no 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 no.
Suna's gonna have to hang back for now.
Oh my God! पहले Serif फिर outlaw.
Space over towards the A side.
VL के लग गए L. Oh ले बहनचोदी भाई.
Got the better of you in the last rounds. This is all 5 players not really finding damage on the side of Global until that their very kill. Crystal slips in towards the back of the site here as well.
Close range.
Frenzy.
That's where it goes best.
They're not checking him.
TPs for now, just wanting to be able to take space, but as you mentioned, unchecked, the spike, unfortunately.
If Cinder gets 1 kill, he does have access to the ultimate, but in a 4 versus 1, he would have to convert it to a 3 versus 1, and it just feels like it's going to be difficult. Now position noted.
And you're so close to the side as well. Might as well just try to maybe shoot yourself out of this one.
They're going to toy with him here. It's a 4v1. No, never mind. Javi's just going to swing.
That's all he has to do.
Good Thrifty. That's what we want. This round we want. और क्या round निकाला भाई. Aimed for real भाई. Ayan भाई.
Insight for the folks out there as well. A lot of people thought that against the fast-paced teams like a Varel, that Global Esports might be running a double Sentinel.
Oh, he's clapping. He's clapping for him.
That they've got these options.
Good.
Has allowed me to say this as well. You're wrong. People are wrong when they think this is going to happen. You'll be surprised, right? This is what he's said to me. And we're seeing it right now.
But he knows कि उसकी की गलती है.
Sentinel, of course, right? And they're
You have to clap for him.
Aggressive fights. So the idea that people have of Global Esports right now is wrong.
Flat out, you heard it here first, folks. Oh my God, Komodo and you guys are tight. You call them
6-10.
Sometimes.
That's how I know you. I mean, you guys, you watch party a little bit together at times. I see that going on. But this is exactly it, you know? He's been talking about how they started this December, they've had about a month. Meanwhile, Farrell has had a whole year, but the work shows.
I want to dive a little bit deeper onto that as well, right? Okay. When you have a new roster that's being rebuilt with a new coach and you only have 2 members from the previous one that all do have a lot of adjusting to do when you've got 3 new players coming in as well. 1 month is really not a lot of time whatsoever, even if you're playing 7 days a week, because you've got how many different maps in the pool, which, by the way, GE are comfortable on all of them. Okay. I will add.
Okay.
You've got a lot to prep, you've got a lot to practice, and you've got a lot to adjust. So it just goes to show the sum of the individual parts for GE at the moment is really contributing to the caliber that they're going to be able to come out with here.
Straight up, it's big words, but it's big performances as well, and I think we can certify that Komodo is indeed a GE stan. But right now, GE is going to have to close out this map. A lot of space already being taken up by Klaus all the way towards the back. The rest of the team just raring to go, but they hear the chokehold, the interceptor.
hold कर लिया भाई.
I'm a Varel fan as well. I did predict them to win Ascension. I'll
Fair enough.
Put that out there.
Yeah, you got to play all your cards, all your bases. That said, though, that's exactly what Patman is doing as well, keeping mid in check. The Prowler comes out, but the entire global squad is here to play. They are here to slay.
They got a sorties, bhai.
Only able to get just the one, but GE has reached that point.
Yeah, not too much you can do with some shorties there around the block, unfortunately.
Last round.
Not getting the plant out in the end either, but you do have some access.
और
into
उनपे
a couple of ultimate abilities. And I definitely feel like you're going to
तीन लोगों पे ult है.
acquire them here as Varel because it's 6 map points that Global Esports
Raze ult and Fade ult they got.
on their opponent's map.
And they got Omen ult.
And you also kind of have to remember that GE are on the defensive side of this
Oh,
map.
okay.
That was one of the
Patman
most
पे भी ult है.
defensive sided maps in history of this game.
अपने Patman पे ult है. अपने Autumn पे ult है.
This is huge. What a way to come in with your debut.
Okay.
Kick off
Aggressive B भाई.
Varel not backing down, as you mentioned,
B खाली था इस बार पूरा.
coming in with some of them. A showstopper deployed
Oh my god.
straight onto Unotan. The team is quick to receive though as Autumn chimes in out from stairs.
Nightfall and Drift available for GE at the moment when this plant does go down as well. So
GE जीत गई. ना 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 अभी रुको थोड़ा.
that's what they want to do.
Even the last round, you know, make your mental for the next game, na.
Here goes the scouting report. Out and through with the dimensional drift. Javi applying pressure out from the back. Flushed over into the open, but LP able to hold. Quick with the double, but quickly snuffed out. 1v1. Fade versus Fade. Barrel spotted. Shot swift, but quickly recovered at the end. Barrel still alive.
Bye.
Another round that's on the knife's edge though for Varel. Another round where they only have one player surviving. And you look at the money of Global, it is fruitful as well. They're going to come out with another purchase in the next round. So while these rounds are getting very close, you have to try and deploy everything that you can as Varel. And unfortunately now, Quack, there's not a lot of these big be-all and end-all ultimates to throw in the mix. They just used 3 of them in that round. And maybe even 4 of them, right? With the from the shadows that came out too. So
that's right.
That was a lot used.
Everything, you see it. All points all down to the minimum.
Huh?
But they're still fighting, trying to earn it all in this spot. Unotan denying them their moment. Out from ramp, he swings another head and another! Online for the ace! He taps and taps!
Oh, मैंने बोला था एक उसका तो एस आएगा. आया एस.
He is indeed the homing missile that he's named.
Oh my god.
That map home for Global Esports. The new roster with their debut series here in VCT Pacific against the new kids on the block in Varel. And they are going to give them a taste of some yucky medicine because that
का एस. Told you भाई एस आएगा. मैंने बोला था एस आएगा. आया एस. Oh my god भाई.
Global Esports, what a way to close out the map.
I'm very impressed by the decision making that comes out from them as well, right? And I'll echo what Big Time was kind of saying. I think a lot of people are misinterpreting what this GE look was going to be. He was expecting that GE are the heavy favorites and was going for Varel for a bit of that underdog story. And a lot of people were, you know, kind of maybe recency bias, seeing that Varel did so well in Ascension. They went flawless. They're super aggressive. They're super sharp. They're going to just hit you in the face and look to really square up. Sometimes you also, you know, see the other team be able to do that as well. We had such great decision making from GE in this one, not scared to take the fights, and they're looking sharp. They're getting the crossfires out. Really exciting stuff to come out from them in map number 1, but it's not like it's all done, right? Abyss around the corner. We're going to see some different looks for these teams. We might even see some different roles come out for them as well, which is always really cool to see because we are Pacific. Yes, we are the best region.
Best region. Still looking to earn a champion spot sometime, but for now, we're going to toss it back over to our lovely desk, the hostess with the mostest. Victoria, take it away.
Thank you so much, Quack and Komodo. What a game to start the day. And also, what a game to end. How it ended. Frost was just saying right now, he's like, Korea, I don't know why they're sleeping on Unotan. And that guy just ended the final round with a beautiful ace.
Massive map from him. Massive map all across the board from GE. Very, very impressed by how this team looked. The macro was rock solid. And we saw them be able to take the fights to Varel. Varel, a lot of question marks in my mind now. Now, where is the team from Ascension? If anything, this looked like their opening games back there.
It did.
It's shaky for me. They felt very disconnected. They got out macroed again and again.
Valo नहीं खेलेंगे आज नहीं खेलेंगे Valo.
They're losing 5v3s.
Today we will watch matches,
You want
भाई.
to play aggressive. You want to be the next Paper X. Yes, you have to take risks, but you have to find a way to convert. And Global shut them down at every turn.
They didn't play aggressive though. That was
Yeah.
not the Varel that we usually see. That was a combination of things. The new pickup of the Rays rather than playing something a little bit more comfortable for Zexy did not go well. I think Klaus was totally fine on the Yoru, but flipping the map pool as well and picking up Split after banning it in the previous tournament, sometimes, particularly when you're playing brand new rosters that you don't know particularly what their map pool are or what their strengths are, what they've been cooking up for this event, can completely backfire because you pick a map that you might have worked on a lot, but historically you haven't been great on it, and maybe your opponent is very comfortable on it, and you can get completely slapped like they just did. But I think more so, it was definitely the nerves conversation. That looked like their shakier games at the start of Ascension. I think once again, the stage nerves are getting to Varel, not to take anything away from a fantastic performance from GE though.
Yeah, GE, I do want to talk a bit about their agent comp, what you guys make of that. And of course, they had some spectacular rounds to counter against Varel's firepower.
Yeah, we can pull them up right now. I want to start on round 2. You win the pistol, you're so happy. Yudatan walks up ramp with the bandit, that new weapon, and makes all this magic happen. This is worst case scenario for Varel. It all begins to fall apart. We saw so many ecos, so many pistol kills from this global team. They're incredibly sharp, and they were fantastic at flipping that momentum. They never let Varel build up steam, so really well played to that GE group. I feel like they did an excellent job, and they understood their win conditions.
There's not much that can go worse for you than being nervous on stage. You win a pistol, you get this big rush of energy, all the boys are pumped.
उन्होंने 4K निकाला, G ने AC निकाल दिया. You can ये लो, ऐसे मारते हैं. Udo 10 be like, let's go. How are we next map में?
Moments that did come from Varel. We can see a bit of that come through. LP's family sitting in the audience, so it's probably pretty cool for them to see this clip.
अब Abiz है ना?
By LP.
Yeah. Abiz is coming up.
Probably the one I was most impressed with. I thought Zuna had some big moments. I mean, this round, this 4K was wonderful. I mean, this just speaks to how well this team are able to shoot. His back is against the wall, and he really makes the magic happen. But ultimately, it felt like that's all they had in that map. They had bright moments, but it's all aim. Where's the strategy? Where's the macro? The amount of time somebody's left alone on an island, and GE just had better fundamentals. They take them to them together, and I mean, it's a level difference right now.
Absolutely.
भाई वो भी कह रहा है better aim है उनका. Crazy.
With Javi on Astra.
Yeah, got to give Javi his flowers. I mean, he had a great performance. He's
let's see.
He looked very sharp on the Astra as well. He didn't look like the roll swap was bothering him too much, so filling the smokes position there. Yudatan was also a standout, but seeing Yudatan play an aim-based Sentinel is well within his skill set and well within his experience, so that's expected for me. But to see Javi pick up the Astra and have a fantastic performance in the opening game is very promising for Global. It's going to give them so much of a ceiling in terms of firepower because, you know, some of the players didn't even necessarily have to play fantastically for Global Esports to get them across the line in that game. They've got so many heavy hitters.
Exactly. In fact, one of those players, this is the first time we've had an Australian on a team in a long time. The first time we had the appearance, we touched upon this, was on your team. Also on Global Esports. Global Esports is giving Australia a chance here. It was Ronski. Ronski, a lot of potential, but Ronski has never won a match in VCT.
He's never won a match. He's won a maps.
Yeah, we won maps.
But not a match.
And look,
Autumn is Autumn. I don't know. How do you feel about Australia?
Okay, I won't get too excited. I'll go, let's go, boy. Singular, only one Australian player. Let's get some more in here. But also maybe
जीतना तो चाहिए. Let's see भाई जीतेगी नहीं जीतेगी. I don't know.
Let me just make a few
Finger crossed. VL अपना मैप हारी है. तो GE के साथ भी ना उनो रिवर्स हो जाए. कुछ भी हो सकता है. You never know.
Okay, this is looking aggressive.
It's a kangaroo and a koala.
It's Ronski and Autumn.
You feeling good? You must be feeling good now. We got more Australian representation up here on the desk. Just what we needed.
Let's just calm down, all right?
You've not won yet.
Australia is synonymous with disappointment in TAC FPS. Winning a map is not enough. Let's not get carried away just yet, okay?
But
let's calm down.
There's something to it.
I think we can do it.
There's something to it.
I think there's something to the marsupials we have here. They can help carry GE to victory in their little pouches.
That's
even
what
if
I do
he
with
wasn't
Big Time.
the top
You know,
record.
when he's feeling, when it's a little bit cold, he
go in the pouch.
Tuck him in.
Pops in the pouch. Just, I carry him around in, you know, in Seoul like I carry him on the analyst
He
desk.
opens his beard and like Morgan
Yeah.
climbs in. Anyway, I'm very happy for Australia to have a representative here. I don't know if you know what, if Global Esports wins today, if Australia wins today, I think we'll definitely have to celebrate it here. But we do have
ये ऑस्ट्रेलिया क्यों बोल रहे हैं बड़वे?
Now,
हैं? भाई ग्लोबल स्पोर्ट्स इंडिया वाले क्या है? ठीक है? क्या ये ऑस्ट्रेलिया लगा रखा है? इंडिया बोलो इंडिया. बड़वो.
Approach it. And right now, Varel needs to pull themselves together.
Yeah, I think Varel, it's going to be an interesting one to see them approach because, like I discussed, going into Ascension, Abyss wasn't a map that they played too much. They adopted that DRX style, which actually fit their team at the time because playing
अपनी कंट्री का नाम ले लेते हैं बड़वे.
wheelhouse.
पैसा कौन दे रहा तुम्हें? इंडिया से आ रहा है ना?
That level of competition.
बताओ यार इनको समझाओ कोई
Some of
जाके.
these other teams 13-8, 13-9, so it doesn't blow you away. They haven't played that many officials on the map, so I'm a little bit concerned for Varel because them flipping the pool did not work well for them, and now we're going into another map that is not, you know, a stock standard staple for them so far. It hasn't been played too much. It's not one of the maps that they played in the off season when they're beating some of the other Pacific teams, so I'm a little bit nervous for Varel. This might be the debut that doesn't go well for them.
Yeah, and on the flip side, this is Global's map pick now. They felt good about Split. They're going to be feeling even better about Abyss. So a lot of question marks here.
I am really curious about Global and if Frost's approach is going to be the same as Talon, where he kept rotating the different roles. And I mean, things are definitely different this time around too for Abyss.
So for Varel, I mean, they have actually changed things up a little bit. They're going to keep Cinder on that controller role. I'm a little bit worried about his individual performance coming off that last pack.
Let's
LP
go, let's
on
go.
The Harbor. The Veto comes out for Klaus. This is a change up. They were playing that kind of DRX-S comp previously. They've come in with something a little bit different coming into Pacific here, but their last change up went horribly.
Yeah, GE playing something very similar to what we saw last map, just updated for Abyss. Autumn staying on that Yoru. I think he wants to improve his performance, but we saw how great he was with those scoped weapons. Yudatan on that Veto once again. This could become a real staple for this Global Esports team.
How confident are you feeling about your Varel prediction?
Not confident
Not
at all.
confident at all. I'm very concerned.
Can I swap?
Sure. Come join Global Esports with me.
वुडो 10 ने फिर से अभी इस पे वीटो ले लिया भाई.
See what's gonna happen.
Very good है. वैसे अच्छा पिक है.
Komodo, it's all yours.
He can control the whole mid.
Thank you very much, Victoria.
Mid से A से B.
They're not confident about their Varel picks. How confident
But
are
let's
you
see.
about your pick, Komodo? I'm pretty confident, not gonna lie.
Maybe Udo 10 will play mid for
you
GL.
earlier that there will be no Australian bias, and I want to treat all teams, you know, respectfully. But I am liking what GE are doing, honestly. I think when I'm looking back towards that last map as well,
Oh, he's playing on site.
specifically for how Yudotan was playing the Veto with the rest of the roster, I was liking the defensive rotations, and I was liking that he wasn't super aggressive with the cross cuts, which is the teleport for those out there, where a lot of teams running Veto are aggressive. So I like that little style to come out in difference. So I now kind of wonder if Varel are going to be a little bit like that with Klaus on this Veto. We'll see. Good opener for Zexy.
Yeah. Right off the gates.
Mid pressured.
With the clone as well. Just trying to get a lot more around middle.
We're going A.
G trying to temper this aggression.
Oh!
The interceptor, what?
Bye.
Zexy got 2 back, so that opens things up here.
That's right. Trying to push on through now. It's just Crystal up from top of heaven. That's where he's pretty exposed. A little star placed down, smoke for cover. Tempting him out with the shots out in the open. They are pretty low, but they've managed to stay alive.
Yeah, 10 HP for Cinder, 49 for Zexy. You got Klaus, who's fully healthy with the interceptor still available as well, but are they going to be expecting this flank to start to come on out? It's going to be Klaus with the timing. Oh, this could be very
होगी timing
good for
होगी.
Javi.
G की timing है. Let's go.
How do you clear these angles?
He's got to go though. If he waits too long, they're going to be, well, thinking about it, but maybe now not.
Oh, there he goes. starting to clean things up now, and Cinder's just way too
Let's go
low.
भाई जावी ने निकाल दिया भाई टाइमिंग बन गई उसके भाई आईजीएल की
That was
टाइमिंग है
really
भाई
patient play to come out from him. Really smartly done. I kind of feel a little bit bad for Varel at that point. For Klaus specifically, he did the right thing. He's gone to check the flank and he's seen that nothing was there, and then he comes back, but he's missed that window, unfortunately. Javi very patient after the round starts off with an opener for Varel. We saw the scores at the last map, right? How many opening frags went the way of Varel, and in the end, their conversions. 11 opening kills to the 7 rounds that they won. Ultimately, it didn't look too good. So always at deficit for GE. They still come back with the victory.
Just quick on the recovery, and that tells you quite a lot. Varel, though, once again back into it.
Autumn, once again charged with farming some eco frags with this outlook. See how many are going to come into fruition, though. Something I also want to highlight as well in this current moment where we've got a harbor here.
Oh, yes.
With all the changes that have come through, right? A lot of people liking the old ultimate. A lot of people missing the cascade as well that was really used for a lot of the scaling in towards one of the sites. I was looking at the Cloud9 versus Loud game where they ran it the other day, and I was really feeling like there was a lot of just missed opportunities on the harbor. It was played a lot wrong with the high tide that comes out, and you really felt like the cascade was missing for the scaling opportunities.
Storm Surge? Is that anything? Not for
Yeah,
now.
that's like have a new kind of molly near site. It's
very new.
You can use it aggressively to, you know, try to scale in, but
Oh
I still feel
my
like
God.
the cascade was all so much stronger.
No,
Unlucky
no, no,
for
no,
Javi,
no, no.
does get bowled out there by
Win
the
this, win
shotgun.
this. Oh no, no.
It's one of those things that you...
Oh भाई नहीं.
Grass always greener. For now, though, grass
Oh!
green for Pat.
भाई पैटमैन ने निकाला ये
A
राउंड.
little bit more stability back in towards the round. Autumn dispatches of Klaus. So a situation that could have been a little bit worrisome for Global. They will look to come out on top of, you'd assume.
Here. And just here as well. One more in the chamber.
Oh no.
Slight dinks here and there for Patman, but
that was ambitious from LP.
Okay, no time.
Got pinned down for now. 5 seconds to go. There's not much that you can do there.
Well, if he was going to be in doubt of needing to die in the round, there is a big void and chasm in the middle there that he could have dropped in towards, so that was never a real problem in the round ending. He'll just give over the ulti orb at the end there with death, and now we'll get to see what the buy-up does properly look like for Varel, and their endeavors to see really what their opponent's map pick of Abyss will look like.
Especially with this composition that they've elected to go in with as well. I mean, it's only been 2 rounds, so we'll keep our judgments reserved for now. But here they go. GE, though, look at this peak!
That's really unlucky for Zexy.
I missed.
The op shot out. Cleaned by Patman, and that might even insinuate a bit of a further proceeding go time in towards this A site when you think it might be a little bit weaker, but there's been some good stalling nature coming out here from Javi on the Gravwell. As LP does get in towards the site, you can look to see Varel get a plant and play a bit of post-plant shenanigans.
Yeah, the opportunities were there, but right now, Varel's managed to break through. And their darndest to hold on to these angles. 1 out from main, the rest on the site.
4v4.
Utility from Global, though, starting things off with the drone. A couple of shocks as well, but LP continuing to keep them in check, especially with that.
Oh my God.
Just can't safely peek through that.
Oh!
Here come the stars. Javi with the
RNG crazy.
Do they expect Klaus over the tower, though? They're not really looking for him. Now they know where he is. Smoked off.
And there he goes. A couple more shots. Does he have enough time to play for the spike? Crystal just sticking it all the way through. No! A valiant attempt by Global once again.
Let's go. Oh my God, that's a domination for real.
To come out with that round there from Global, right? The opening frag that goes their way with the Bulldog on towards the Operator. You bring that in towards a retake as well in a 4 versus 4 situation where you didn't really have the opportunity for a bit of a flood play before the retake comes in, but they go together as a team, right? Everybody out of security, you're hitting the angles that you need to, you're very patient at the end there with what lines you're looking to hold, and even at the end you remove the final weapon from Klaus, looking very handsome from Global Esports there.
Just when you thought you were starting to see shades of how this harbor might play out well, but Global again. Pressure applied.
Honestly, I was
with the kills that are coming through because this is an eco. I was a lot more impressed by them with the composition when they had the Waylay Yoru over at Ascension. Interesting decisions to come out with this change up of agents for Varel. I mean, we never really know the story behind why, right?
Yeah, true.
But from an outside kind of armchair view, we've got to give it the map, right? We've got to see what adaptations they come out with, what they try to maximize with this this different look.
It's true. Yeah, I just can't forget that game-winning moment, the game-winning clutch they had against Boom back at Ascension. This is quite the far cry away from that.
Yeah. I mean, it's also like
trying to stay ahead of the curve.
You can look at this composition for Varel and you can be like, all right, what Gen G used to do, they had the Waylay instead of the Harbor. I think that's a big change, right? Because you're going back towards this kind of Yoru Waylay for the double dive, but you've got Loud as well that played the Chamber instead of the Veto. It allowed Luxo, right, to get a little bit more aggressive on that Chamber, come out with some just disgusting plays. So I wonder if we will see some changes after this from Varel. Right now, though, in the server, they have to change things and adapt immediately because it's a 4-0 start.
That's just how the cookie crumbles. Last player alive as well, running out of time.
10 seconds left.
As you mentioned, just an eco, so not going to hang too much weight onto
Oh
this.
my god.
Look at Suna. This is what these guys are made of.
Imagine.
Oh, I'm imagining. 2 on the swing, though, from Global. Surely not. But it's Suna. Guys who never back down, not at all throughout Ascension.
Oh no. No.
Trying to put their best foot forward all throughout.
Can't give him that clutch.
Very young players.
Oh, it's an ace, I guess.
Himself hit in a wing, but it's Autumn with an operator.
Just very patient. Very passive from Global Esports, leaving no stone unturned, knowing that that is the round they should not be dropping. Don't give him an opportunity and scale up together for the retake. Really nicely done. 4-0 start for GE in a sort of similar situation we saw on the last map, right? First round over to Varel, 4 in a row from Global. There was timeout deployed. I'm kind of thinking, are we going to get a timeout before the next rifle round of Varel, or are they going to use it a little bit later? Have they figured things out in their camp at the moment in these 4 rounds of what they need to do on this attacker's side to get the better of GE, who are changing things up again? A 4-1 stacking, playing strong side Yoru on defense to then rotate out if your opponents aren't here. It is the way to go.
It's the players that they have as well that can afford them these styles. Clones all the way out.
Oh, they're going A, they're going B, they're moving B.
Look at Klaus.
It's cheeky getting in
No.
the fence. It'll kind of be the question of when he's going to pop out the door, really, as Zexy starts to drift in towards the site, scope out the situation, and a Hunter's Fury behind it to try and dispatch your opponents. LP does get taken down by Crystal.
Well done, keeping everything in check, but at the same time, the gates have been opened up. Klaus all the way as that veto, alongside Zexy, holding down the crossfire towards the back.
You could Cosmic Divide here if you wanted to as Javi on this retake to get in. You almost feel like you want to kill first to equalize 3v3.
What?
Spotted.
Slight pixel, and that's all you need sometimes. The aimers trying to do their best, but Autumn comes back in full.
Immediate drift as well. This is going to be a go time for Global, though. They don't have a lot of time to figure everything out here. Shuna spotted, Evolution popped for Yudotan. Now both players noted.
And surely that gives you extra confidence to just stay on the spike if you need.
Oh no!
Firepower as well, and out of the gate crash, it's just going to be through and through.
Ridiculous scenes in that. I'm talking about a scenario where before you even contemplate maybe needing to drop some ultimates into that round as Global, you want to equalize onto the 3v3. You look at the turnaround into a 4 versus 2, where you think, yes, Varel, they did what they needed. They scaled appropriately in towards the A site. They used their ultimates. They found Crystal looking into a wall with the rest of his body spotted out. Okay, adjust that a little bit later, my friend. But a 2 versus 4, man, for that retake. Absolutely superb. Global. And now there's that timeout from Varel that, honestly, I was going to beg for if it didn't come
After last map में भी time out हुआ था, VL ने kind of comeback किया था, छोटा सा बेशक, but उसके बाद फिर से उन्होंने fuck up कर दिया. तो let's see इस बारी क्या होता है, VL कुछ कर पाएगी अलग या नहीं.
It's like a poison.
Oh yeah. We'll see what Coach TK9 can cook up for this Varel squad, though, having led them all the way through Well, Valorant challenges Korea last year up to Ascension.
And this is the
हाँ भाई बढ़िया खेल रही है VL के साथ के को तो भाई डोमिनेट कर रखा है फॉर
really
VL
how good he was
डोमिनेशन तो है
and how good he could be activated when he's really got some good surrounding and supportive cast as well, right? Feels like everyone on this GE team is going to have moments. It feels like everyone on this Varel team can have moments as well. But on this stage, I'm really waiting to see when that switch is going to be flicked.
Oh yeah, that's what the desk was hoping for. That's what we're all hoping for. We saw glimpses of that up over on Split. Just as Big Time said, it was all aim. We need a lot more.
Okay, no one made by mid move हो रहा है बहुत crazy move हो रहा है
On the
mid
attacking side, once again, it's Farrell. Big space up around middle this time.
It looked like on the radar there that Zexy was fake cloning straight down the guts of mid. That would have been cool if it actually worked, but no one
Mid
was there
space
for
ले लिया
global. Now they'll send in the drone and spot out where he is. But if you do relinquish this mid control at the moment, where do you look to still teeter towards, right? Global Esports of having a bit of a how do you do in the B site earlier on with that operator of Autumn. Now they're exchanging a couple of blows over
A
at
move हो
A.
रहे हैं mid पूरा कंट्रोल भाई उनके जैक्सी ने पूरा मिड कंट्रोल रखा हुआ है ताकि रोटेशन काट सके वो
Big wide wall, but do you want to do that? Autumn gonna get his head removed as Klaus looks to try and scale up a little bit too
Now he
eager
knows
by himself.
किस तरह यहाँ पे मूव हो रहा है भाई ये जैक्सी
Remember though that Zexy was in mid this whole
भाई पोजीशन के हिसाब से VL जीत रही है ये मैच
slot himself in towards the spawn side.
अभी पूरा गन गेम है
How does Javi get away with that? My God.
और ना जैक्सी ने फक अप कर दिया भाई
Quickly, Javi pops up those stars, those smokes, finds his way around
he's
the angles.
oh my god
spots yet another.
सावी ने निकाल दिया
But a little bit of a backstab comes from Zexy.
His job was done though, you feel there. Getting 3 kills is just paramount to this round for GE. Or is it?
Oh.
Big numbers. Just as you mentioned, Zexy continues
VL got a
to
good
mop up
positioning
more.
भाई
And then
बहुत ही
LP
अच्छी
finisher.
पोजीशनिंग थी भाई कसम
We see Varel get around on the board, hitting
the
a
whole
couple of
time
individual shots,
the
just
whole
like
time
what
that
Javi was doing. The 3K that I just very well mentioned, but a very required round on the back of that timeout deployed for Varel. Does it give you enough confidence though to be able to double down and figure out a couple of the weaknesses that Global Esports are showcasing in this map?
उनका जैक्सी ने पूरा मिड कंट्रोल रखा भाई पूरा मिड कंट्रोल क्या रोटेशन स्पॉन से निकल रही है नहीं निकल रही है सब
Kind of a bit of a scoreboard check as well, waiting to see Cinder get on the board.
Oh.
Cheeky chokehold to reveal Patman nice and early up the guts of mid as well, but this is a little bit more rampy from Varel into this B side.
मूविंग बी ओ दे वॉक कर रहे हैं बी कर दिया
Going as much as possible.
आगे आगे आगे
Maybe they do have some safe space over the side, bring the spike over.
It's just a flood before
Crystal
the plane
Autumn
gets scrappy.
and
Call before the storm! Just as they go, lightning strikes. 2 players down against the global squad. Trying to hold out the angles now, Javi. Working around the stars. Once again, he drops.
जावी के ऊपर है पूरा
Shots found. Spikes planted as
Ulted.
well. LP doing his best to hold. It's been sent out the ultimates, but Javi continues to slay.
Time.
Cinder
They will play
answers
time.
back, and suddenly Udotan in a 1v2.
पीछे तेरे
Cosmic
Udotan.
Divide does conceal just a bit, but unfortunately not enough, as Cinder has made his way around the back as well, trying to find the elevated position, working around the team as a duo. Varel will descend upon this global squad.
That's another round where Javi has really tried to do his damnedest again, right? Another
Timing
3K.
बना लिया भाई
But Varel stabilized a bit and having the right angles around that B site, some right openers as well. Zexy and Shuna. Very stable hands, it feels like, if you can start to get
मेरे को लग रहा है ना
them in the server.
अगर इनको जिताने वाला है ना VL को ये मैप तो जैक्सी ना बहुत ही आउटप्ले करेगा बहुत ही
Start to figure out things, and we also
जैक्सी को जो कोच ने बोला है ना वो कर रहा है भाई
Javi of an investment over on global side. Javi with the Vandal, Sheriffs for the rest.
he saw 3
Javi rightfully so playing
ओ भाई फिर से जैक्सी
He sees the opening. Varel sees it all the way too clear, and they will.
Oh
they
no!
will capitalize right off against the ecos. The site has completely been claimed. They're farming up the
That's
points.
the statement. That's the statement. Against the Ecos, right? Are they going to be able to go in with this pizzazz against a fully equipped GE as well, right? Because on the defensive side of this map, you are playing Ecos differently towards your rifle rounds as well. They get caught out with a couple of ultimates invested for Varel in that round.
Zexy कर रहा है dominate
The
भाई.
drift going on in. I do love the layering of utility though that Varel do throw in towards that round. These are the sort of rounds where you got 5 alive, you got all the utilities.
Continuous.
You know in your prep, in your practice, in your scrims, how are you going to
3 राउंड में कंटिन्यूस जैक्सी ने ना बिल्कुल सही पिक्स निकाले हैं तीनों राउंड में.
At the same time, a lot of cheers of encouragement ringing out throughout the stage right now. Global does have a lot of options available to them after that save.
Okay.
Right. Get Autumn on the line as well. Pick up the orb for Crystal to get that Hunter's Fury on the line.
आया जैक्सी आया.
If you do get spotted out from the drone, you will be forced back, but the re-aggression. As your TP is
Op.
for Autumn as well. Is he going to get caught by the timing? Oh, he just gets out of dodge.
Just a slight exchange of space and utility for now, but the high tide comes out from LP.
The moving
B.
B.
A little bit more emphasis on Javi making sure that he's holding this crossfire in mid with Crystal. Pulls you away from a couple of the extremities around the map, however. Where ultimately Varel are pivoting towards this
गया रे.
the veto utility of Yudotan.
Okay, move.
Exactly that. Trying to create some gaps
Altered.
in GE's defense.
Oh, Crystal.
But Javi's pulled back as well.
Oh, Crystal's going to get caught.
Team being very vocal out from before. Unfortunately caught this time though.
पकड़ लिया भाई.
Players from Varel sneaking in.
Crystal को पकड़ लिया mid पे.
This will afford them the site as well as the spike plant.
Shuna's already fallen greatly back as well to play with this Hunter's Fury. It's the question in your heads at the moment from GE.
Oh.
Are you better prioritized to go for the save in a 2 versus 3 with an op in play?
Saving.
Vandal for Patman. I mean, they got 50 creds, 100 creds. You
Next
have
one
to
by
take
Nina.
a knee in this point in time. And you probably even look to maybe have a conversation with Frost now that Varel have found what they need to do to string together 4 rounds in a row.
Oh yeah. Especially now that this is then GE's map pick. Frost should have quite a bit to say. But otherwise, finding a lot of effectiveness from Coach TK9's timeout for Varel's side. And that was the question that we were all wondering about, you know, the nerves coming through from this young squad. Do they have the pizzazz that they're going to answer back from that anti-eco from before? Yes, they do. Kind of.
You got to remember as well that there's going to be a lot of learning for Frost with this map as well on Abyss, right? Because in pretty much the whole of last year...
Obvious. I literally called...
It was obvious he called it. Well, let's see if that comes out. What I was saying, in his previous roster and Talon, they didn't really play this map, right?
Okay.
Abyss is not one that they generally play. There was a...
बोला मैंने उनको बताया देखा ऐसा भी होता है.
In, you know, the kickoff environment for them way early. But apart from that, yeah, not a lot. Tail end of 2024 as well. So Frost has a lot to rebuild with this team on this very map. And I mean, you know that the theory crafting is going to be there for sure. Frost, a coach that always has multiple comps when he was with Jovi as well, with multiple different maps, multiple different comps and stuff, still playing that same style of thought to this global roster. But happy for them to be picking some different maps to their strengths as well and to catch off their opponents. First look at Abyss for GE.
चलो अभी कुछ तो बताया.
Looking a little bit more worrisome with the 4 on the
They don't want कि भाई all rounds दे.
Brilliant for
Time out
finding that
on a good
in
time.
this map as well. Definitely want to see this very competitive between the two.
I'll say that. This matchup is certainly delivering today. 2 new teams out to Pacific.
I break,
Guys, I will recon side.
Committing A? This time, yeah. They know 3 people plays A.
Getting a bit scrappy early on, isn't it, with that one? Hearing what you can possibly do with the scan to come out from Crystal.
Good
he
reveal.
called for that one. He'll recon later. He did. And there'll be a bit of stability in this 4 versus 3. But Varel still trying to break and enter in towards this site. Cinder's gun barrel spotted. Autumn will find
Oh, nice.
problematic quack.
फिर से eco.
2 rounds left. silent steps up the ropes. Oh, but quickly spotted as well. Zuna is playing with fire at this range, but quickly backs off. Just continuing to scout out even further, but Autumn's picked up a
No.
Stolen the weapons here. Yudo-tan with that operator as well, just playing back as security. Now you'll get a Vandal in Crystal's hands. Spotted out where Zexy is. Just don't give 1v1s, guys. Leave that for the
Zexy बचाया, Zexy बताया.
Here.
We're in the server's live, guys, but
Almost हो गया था उसका अगर वो क्रिस्टल को लग जाता तो.
the numbers to afford these rounds, and once again, just able to answer back in that fashion.
On the back of the timeout, right? It's very wise, getting a bit of that coach intervention from what they've realized and recognized, as we heard exclaimed from Frost, right? He called it, he knew what they were doing. Well, if it's come out with this, great success, great conversion after your timeouts.
You could just hear it from the team comps as well, always flowing, and that's exactly what you love to, well, I guess, hear.
For sure. Got to be a breath of fresh air for Frost as well that it's hearing it in English. Cheeky, very cheeky from Autumn.
Oh my god.
Maybe even
He knows.
Coming up through middle. We'll see how long that Autumn wants to hang around for though, because the operator is just going to start to sniff him out, you'd expect. No. Autumn gets out when the smoke fades as Varel now come in towards this B side.
भाई Yudo-tan अकेला है. Oh, मार दिया एक. He did his job. Come back.
Singing through the sight.
Retake.
Doesn't matter which character that you are playing in the game, operators
Oh my god, 4v4. दोनों ऑपरेटर ने मारा एक.
Early Hunt's Fury to come on through Zexy.
ओ भाई Zexy यार, ये Zexy ने ना बहनचोद.
Cutting them off on the chokehold as they try to push on through. It's just Autumn left. Out with the shorty, out with the flashes, but still denied.
भाई ये Zexy कसम से भाई.
A lot pacier for Varel in that round. After a bit of silence in the very beginning, but the drift in towards the B site to scope things up, and then again just getting down and dirty in those duels, right? Something that we want to be seeing from Varel. We want to see them not be scared, not let this stadium get the better of them, not be too worried with these stage nerves. And then there was one as we go into the last round of this half.
Could be a tie.
Could be a tie, could be 7-5 to GE. And the weaponry that they've got at their disposal is not the greatest. There's a couple of rifles, but ultimately plays on the weaker side of things.
Watcher expire. All right, similar approach there to the previous round, but that was
not
what you want to have.
Evolution up, operator back in possession as well, but you have...
इनका Zexy का है. Zexy B side पे है भाई.
If LP looks for the plant here or a kill, we'll have the reckoning available.
Oh my god, Spike भी आने वाला है.
Tiny little fumbles, and GE could walk away with everything once again.
And they're going to force the plant as well instead of looking for a bit of a forward position. Though, I'm seeing Zexy a little bit more forward over for a duel towards the stairs.
He's hungry for it, but here comes Yudo-tan, trying to apply that pressure up against Suna. See a reckoning being spent by LP as well.
He's evolved, remember? He can run in and charge. No utility faces him.
Trying to keep himself alive as
मार दिया Zexy का. Back बढ़ गए.
All together as a team, simultaneous movements all across the board, and Varel have no idea how to react.
You're just getting pressured from everywhere. You've lost your flanking hold at the moment, so you can get pushed from the window, you can get pushed from bottom of main, you're getting pushed from stairs, from tower. It is just so claustrophobic in trying to hold that B side, and this is why I'm trying to talk about, I'm surprised that they're forcing the plant there, instead of, you know, playing with the time that they've got at their disposal to push together as a team, even before Yudo-tan potentially came to the site, right? He was just in mid. He didn't necessarily... He wasn't able to get to the site as early unless he had a TP at the ready. So a little bit surprised that Varel opted to force the plant and try to hold together in a deficit scenario.
Just kill them, Terminator.
Yep, just kill them. That's what you did. There you go. Again, at the tail end of a half. Last time it was the tail end of the map, but still technically the half. Yeah. Coming out with the goods. 7-5 for GE.
A lot of possibilities. A very bright future ahead of this team, I would say. I mean, we're talking about Yudo-tan, and we do see him all across these highlights, but Javi has been top of the kill feed at times as well.
Gotta remember, though,
there's always an asterisk on the first series or the first week, right? Where you don't have a lot of tape to watch on these teams. You don't have that VOD you can watch to see a lot of their tendencies to anti-strat against. You're going in a little bit cold in towards this one, right? So it really comes down to a lot more decision-making and realization in the server itself, where we're seeing Javi really shine at the moment on the IGL for GE. We're not seeing it too hard over on the side of Varel in the beginning of these maps to try and then figure out a way back in, right? But we are seeing after coach intervention a little bit deeper into these maps, Varel are starting to switch on. And I would assume that throughout the course of 2026 that will only get better for them with more progression, with more time in the server.
Couldn't agree more. I love that. I always respect that you're always being this cautious, but at the same time, you're absolutely right. The winner of this bracket as well, this match.
I'll always be cautious, but I'll also say triple elimination.
It's lovely.
Win your damn games, guys. Go to Santiago. I'll be brutal with that. Don't lose.
Okay. But just as I was saying, the winner of this will face off against Paper Rex.
Yeah, that's
for the
scary.
upcoming games. But right now, it's off the pistol, off the rip, Sexy once again.
Yeah, defensive side for Varel as Yudotan is spotted out.
कह रहा हूँ भाई ये जैक्सी ना भाई
Half HP. See if he can maybe steal away a kill here.
अरे रिवील हो गया.
Spotted and pressured. He's drawing a lot of attention, I will say, to this site. Don't get me wrong, the B site's now open for opportunities for GE. In a 3 versus 4 where the plant will go down.
Yeah, a little bit costly.
Okay, they're moving.
Somewhat low as well, but
Not from spawn they're coming.
recognizing the situation.
भाई पैटमैन पे ना पूरा चांस है पैटमैन पे.
They hear the footsteps. Crystal's trying to slow them down. Coming in, peeking off of contact. It's Patman. Managed to find.
Oh भाई.
The abilities.
Oh निकाल दिया पैटमैन ने. मैंने बोला पैटमैन में पूरा चांस है भाई.
This guy is a Masters winner. He has lifted trophies. He is a Pacific winner. He's done it, right? He's done the things.
He's done the things.
He's done the things. Players in this server getting caught out with utility in hand. I mean, Patman just had it there. LP, I can't believe you didn't get that kill. I'm a little bit jaw-dropped on that. We're pulling out shock darts. We're getting a little bit too ahead of ourselves, unfortunately, it would seem here. But
look at this.
At the end of the day, you know what that is, Quack. That's another pistol over to the side of GE. That is 3 out of 4 in this series. And they did answer back in the first one that they did lose with that Thrifty in the next round. So they're swimming quite nicely.
Oh!
Jumping off the map to a certain sum.
और लेके उसने जानबूझ के रखा उधर. Oh my god भाई.
A little bit more, but you know, that's what you got to do sometimes.
Question marks in the chat. Why are they doing that? For those that might not know the strategy, if you're new to Valorant, it's to deny your opponents the ultimate orbs.
Thank you very much, Mr. Komodo. Yes.
You're welcome.
Oh भाई हमको पता है ठीक है. ज़्यादा बकवास नहीं. हमको तो ये पता ही नहीं है क्यों करते हैं ये.
Respect it. They did manage to take the orb really quick as soon as the barrier dropped, and then they went for that. So yeah, I'll respect it. I'll respect it.
We'll see what trying to maximize Sexy with the dimensional drift is going to pay for Varel. If they've got depth in towards this map as well, right? Because this is the first buy round that Varel will come out with, and I'm looking towards what GE have in their possession. A couple of Vandals, one Vandal and 4 Guardians. It can be pretty strong.
Right here. Another potent mix. Hanging back, being very cautious. Barrel as well. Down to the.
अगर ये राउंड जीते ना जी तो 4 रियल एम डिफ है और फर्स्ट बुलेट एक्यूरेसी जी का बेटर है अगर ये राउंड जीत गई तो.
You're going to see them push for some information in the middle of the map, right? Or the middle of the rounds, rather, not necessarily the middle of the map. They're not kind of doing that at the moment. They're playing a little bit more reactive to see where GE are showing face. Droned in towards mid a little bit earlier from Shuna. But right now, they have to hit their shots. GE are knocking on the door of this B site.
You're going to have to react quick, otherwise there's going to be hell to pay the entirety of this team.
Interceptor about to fade away as well as Klaus will find the first traded.
Managing to TP here and there, but there goes Yudotan once again exploding up on the site!
He is just so good and everybody forgot what he is capable of, it would seem. Another 3k to break into towards this B site. And LP and Shuna are going to see if they can find any freebies getting in towards this B site, but you know it's going to be difficult.
Difficult would be an understatement right now. Oh, just trying to clear out the forward positions, but Pat's holding the angle all the way out back.
And Shuna is stuck.
trying to go for the swing, hope for
aim defy,
not afforded.
जीत गई भाई, जीत गई.
That's napalm. That's using homing missile.
Gunpowder?
Gunpowder. There we go.
That's
the scientific term.
That smells like success in the rounds for me for Global Esports.
Smells like
somebody going into the site being just propped up with the rest of the team, shooting in the util to layer in approach together as a unit. And it just so happens that Yudotan is the one to reap the reward in that one, right? We've seen Javier have a lot of opening success in these rounds as well. It definitely feels like anyone on GE is going to be able to do something cheeky, something damaging. And they might need to do so again because Varel are stampeding up this A site.
Yeah, slight orb control here and there, but as you mentioned, a lot of talent on this global roster.
A lot of talent on the Varel roster as well, right? You got to remember, 1 year put together in the Korea's region, going all the way through into Ascension, running that one flawlessly to ascend in towards Pacific, and now they really need to do everything in the server to earn their spot to international events.
A is empty, bro.
Triple Elim, so
okay.
See how far they can go. Wanting to be intimidating all the way through their, little content pieces here and there, but right now, snipping at the heels, finding some early shots. Autumn's still around though. Autumn's still existing. Seasons change. Global will always be a constant.
But Autumn will not fall at the moment in this one, will he? With that Outlaw holding down the line towards security, where majority of Varel's force is looking to retake from.
That's a hell of a line. I love that.
Uh-oh.
Whoa! Okay, big on the swings coming up from Varel now.
Uh-oh.
The new kids on the block! They are here to say hello. Crystal suddenly feeling a lot of heat, wanting to play around utility and the spike. Shock darts going back and forth though, and there goes another Sheriff. Just down to the Russian, but he will not be able to find it. It's Klaus instead!
That one's a bit of a slip up to come through from Glen.
ये कैसे हार गए?
Against the Sheriffs, not hitting those deeper lines, losing out to the Pistols, and a Thrifty permitted over to the side of Varel to maybe bring a little bit of stability back in towards this one, because ultimately, right, your opponent's map pick, you're starting off kind of atrociously 0 to 5 down, you have your own timeout, you start to come on back and you feel a little bit confident, but the way that this second half starts as well, it doesn't give you a lot of good feelings down deep in your guts. So to come out with a Thrifty round like that has to be huge for Varel.
Track them down.
Rounds like that certainly would keep them in the game, keep them excited in their seats. Ops afforded now because of that.
Well, Yudotan can just pop that evolution and go on in through all of this util, just charge in.
Somewhat fearless, but that's not going to shield him from an op shot like that.
No.
Collateral through and through, and now Patman managing to find some trades as well, taking up huge space.
And if you want to maximize this, you are using the Drifter Zexy to get in to permit Cinder and Klaus to follow with all the information. He's a little bit far forward to the rest of the squad though, and exits that drift early.
Just to create a bit more pressure around the back. Patman unfortunately going down. Javi trying to save the day again, but Zexy manages to arrive on time for Varel.
And that is another important round for Varel to be finding. A bit of an economy check for Global Esports as well at the tail end of this one, and they'll be able to kind of put something together into the next round, but you do have to start to consider, is this another position for the side of Varel where they figure things out later in the half, and then maybe make a bit of a comeback with some space to spare as well, right? It's not like we're seeing GE on 11, on 12, where any sort of slip-up can give them the map point or victory. 4K in the end for Zexy. $25 and 13, by the way. He is silently just putting up a lot of numbers in this one here, but to what avail? Need to see more conversions come out from Varel. Look to try and send this to the third in Haven.
Not too much else.
Interesting that Crystal's gone on to the Bulldog.
Yeah. Possibly could have afforded elsewise, but
yeah.
we'll see what happens here. 2 away from the Hunter's Fury as well, as Zexy is forced to TP away, being tagged on up. But it is still a helpful amount of members over here at this site for Varel, as Patman wants to change that.
All the way throughout the backs. Zexy's managed to find a little bit, though. Straight on through with this high tide. It does kind of tamper with things
All
a little
four.
bit. Still, though, spike planted, and that just might be enough for GE.
4 versus 3. There's that Hunter's Fury that I just did mention as well. Though, they're all playing together on the site. Where do I dot?
You're trying to find information as well, but that's been smoked off, shot down. Crystal out towards the back with Hunter's Fury too. Just trying to stay around the corners, but here comes Klaus. Low HP, but Evolution's been popped. Continuing through and through, but now the entire team just collapses on the trades. Global once again with another round.
And I like this aggressiveness as well that Patman goes in with there too, right?
That was crazy.
It's going to zap a lot of that utility where Klaus puts it. You need a different avenue to get on through.
That trade game was easy, right? For real.
Bodies and hitting your shots, or you're playing a piece of utility that doesn't really get taken out, right? He's just getting in towards the site, in towards his own smokes, or his opponent's smokes with these opportunities as well. And just coming out and shooting you. It's pretty nice stuff to come out. A lot of different availabilities that they do have on Global's side to always change the way that they're going to be taking sites. Timeout to come out now from
yeah.
Because that gap that I talked about a little bit earlier that they did have up their sleeve, right? Having Global only at 10, they could afford a slip up or 2. Well, one of those just happened. Now there's 11, so any more and it's series point.
Walls are closing in. That's exactly what happens. Global, once again, just performance after performance. You mentioned the TP, and they just have this composition that affords them just that.
Yeah. I wonder if LP is maybe taken back some of his words he said a little bit earlier on when we've had some chats to him. He said that GE was the team that he's most cautious about as they've gone through many changes. Well, yeah, at least you didn't say that GE is the team that I really want to beat. Cautious is the right word that you're putting into that one, and this is exactly why. Without that tape available, everybody is questioning what the team looks like, what roles the players are playing, what maps they're playing as well. We kind of get a bit of an answer now on what it might be looking like in a very small sample size, mind you.
That's true.
But on the back of that timeout now, it's the eco from Varel. Autumn to scope out the situation, dispatch a Klaus as well.
And the flashes be evened up just a bit, but still right out through the drift, and GE come out guns blazing. This is unbelievable. Off to the anti-eco. Unfortunately, Varel just does not have the right opportunities to be able to answer back. LP, just a slight whisper, but unfortunately then for the entirety of GE, just staking their claim, planting that flag down right on this B site. Patman hunting down the last one alongside Crystal, and there it goes, map point.
It's a slight whisper that comes in from LP at the end there, but it just goes with the wind, doesn't it? Because now it's map point. The timeout that was taken before the eco, you'd assume now that LP have a bit of an answer. Varel have a bit of an answer to come into this next round where they've got the buys. And I mean, yes, technically LP would need the answer as the IGL for this roster. Because that's just now map point. Series point. I'm going to be the bearer of bad news as well. Cinder has really not found his footing in this map, has he? Highlighted that he was, what, 0 for 6 or something like that? Only 2 kills that he's managed to find.
Yikes.
Let's see if he can flip that, though. Bit more pacier from Global Esports into this site, but it's just the trades that come on through. That Crystal stamping his foot.
It's a lot of noise, as well as Petman in with the TPs onto versus the top. LP trying to stay aware, but just quick on the swings again. GE operating so smoothly. Klaus, do you have another clutch out for us? Smoked off around the back. I'm sorry to say, folks, this might not be his moment.
It's hard, that is for sure. Autumn and Crystal navigating together to watch the flank. Patman, probably the closer.
Oh, that's a tough angle. That's a tough fight. And unfortunately, a tough map for Varel as well. They put forward their best performance, but this will end in a 13-7 scoreline in favor of Global Esports.
Yeah, definitely not the way
Let's
that Varel thought
go.
their first outing in VCT Pacific would go after ascending into this league. But for the new look of Global Esports, it's looking pretty darn good, isn't it? 2 13-7s come out from them. Everyone thinking that Varel were the favorites. Global Esports did not like that at all. The words from Frost. And you can see why. 13-7 doubled down. That is a really good first series to come out from them. But as you did highlight earlier as well, who do they have around the corner? Paper X.
X-Team for Patman. That's a big name for sure, but for now they can definitely
जीत गई भाई जी.
win. You would love to death
Easy
box
for
them
real
as well,
भाई.
but right now,
कसम easy था.
I do want to give them their flowers, Varel. This might be their debut performance. It might not have been the best, but they did still show some glimpses of brilliance.
अगर जी फाइनल्स जीती ना,
Global can hold
अगर
their
जी
heads
जीती
high. This
तो मैं
looks
जी का
very
क्लासिक ले लेगा.
promising, I must say.
अगर जी जीत गई तो
Sort of scenario for Varel, isn't it? They have to
फाइनल में अगर जी जीत गई ना भाई मैं लेगा
to
क्लासिक.
Korea's league and also to Ascension. But now we get to hear from the winners down on the stage.
या क्वालिफाई कर लिया तब भी ले लूंगा यार, तभी ले लूंगा. क्वालिफाई भी कर लिया ना तब भी ले लूंगा. कर पाएगी क्वालिफाई? क्या लगता है?
Hi guys, it's Bella. I'm gonna talk to the GE boys and Javi. Hello, nice to meet you. Yeah, come join me on right here.
Oh my god.
스포츠의 하비 선수 인터뷰 만나보겠습니다. 승리 축하드립니다. 예이. Hello. Well, 글로벌 e스포츠 시작이 아주 좋습니다. 킥오프 오늘 첫 경기 하비 선수가 합류한 뒤 퍼시픽에서의 첫 승리도 가져가게 됐는데요. 뭐 좀 더 의미가 남다를 것 같은데 승리 소감부터 들어보도록 하겠습니다. Welcome to Pacific, Javi.
Oh my
Joined
god.
the team first match here at Pacific, and you go out with the win. How was it today?
Fun game, revenge match versus SOT, now Varel. They beat me in Ascension and they're very good players.
Super happy.
Very happy.
Very happy. 너무나도 만족스러운 경기 결과가 아주 좋고요. 어센션에서 못했던 복수를 퍼시픽에서 할 수 있어서 매우 만족스럽다고 이야기를 해줬습니다. 또 새로운 선수들이 합류한 글로벌 e스포츠지만 감코진의 변화에도 상당히 주목을 많이 받았었는데요. 프로스트 감독님 지휘 하에 좀 체감하는 건 어떤지 좀 선수 입장에서 들어보면 좋을 것 같아요. Well, not only do we have a lot of new players on GE, you have new coaches as well. Well, talk to me. How has it been under Frost's care? I want to hear from the player himself.
I mean, Frost is a very good coach, well experienced, and I'm learning a lot. Stressful, but very worth it.
Stressful but rewarding. It's the sticks and carrots balance, right? 프로스트 감독님이 워낙 훌륭한 감독이기 때문에 정말 배울 점도 많이 있어서 아무래도 스트레스 받는 상황들도 있지만 채찍과 당근의 밸런스를 유지하면서 선수들이 이렇게 조율을 해 나가고 있다고 이야기를 해줬습니다. 그리고 하비 선수가 첫 1부 리그에서 이렇게 경기를 하고 승리도 가져갔지만 다음 경기를 바로 페이퍼렉스를 만나게 됐거든요. IGL과의 싸움, IGL 디프에서 포세이큰 선수를 만나게 되는데 어떻게 예상하는지 들어보도록 하겠습니다. Well, this is your first Tier 1 match as the IGL. Next up, you're going to face against Forsaken. It's like an IGL div kind of situation. What are your expectations? Are you gonna take one again?
If you want to be the best, you got to beat the best.
Oh my god.
Alright. 최고가 되고 싶다면 최고를 꺾어야 되기 때문에 다음 페이퍼렉스와의 경기 자신 있다고 이야기를 해줬습니다. 이렇게 해서 글로벌 e스포츠 하비 선수 인터뷰 만나봤습니다. 저희는 좀 이따가 두 번째 매치 DFM vs 젠지 만나보도록 하겠습니다. Thank you, Javi, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Good game, good game. Let's see the highlights.
What a win by Global Esports, and mark this day, January 23rd, is VCT Pacific's first Australian win.
Come on!
We finally see a win from Australia.
Let's go! It's about time, finally. Autumn putting on a show for a whole subcontinent there.
Yes. He's our last hope. Let's get a chant going. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie!
Oi, oi, oi!
Woo! All right,
Good
enough
job,
of that.
Autumn.
अरे मेरे को ये बताओ पहले जी का ओनर इंडिया से ही है ना Why they are not using Indian flag why
It only took
It's
3
so
years
embarrassing
for
for
us
us
to finally
we
hear
supporting G
seeing Australian players make it through global
Player है तो क्या हुआ
esports. For those who doubted, which was you by the way, Mr. Australian, who picked Varel. Global esports completely does it again.
Yeah,
Can you explain yourself? Like what? Like what?
I mean, I don't know. I thought Varel was really hot coming off Ascension, but they were not. They were not on today.
No.
They were not on, and Global really kind of put them in their place.
And they continue to do so on the second map of Abyss. Let's roll those highlights to see what you guys missed. We saw the rest of Global Esports step up. Autumn, I think, was a little bit quieter on map 1, but that's because the rest of his team was playing so well. But here on map 2 of Abyss, we saw amazing moments from all the players, including Patman, who will be having an interview with shortly after this. We're just not going to roll highlights. Do you want to reenact it?
The thing for me is everyone on this global team was really able to frag. Consistency across the board was the name of the game. Continually upsetting Varel. I felt like they played much better macro. It was very solid and everybody's able to shoot. Everybody's hanging in there in the server and putting on a performance. Varel, apart from Zexy, they just kind of went missing. I feel like it's going to be a real adjustment period now for Varel coming into Tier 1. The old strat you had where you're just standing there and taking the fights, the players are ready for that here. We have very, very sharp players, and Global showed that today.
Yeah, they tried to flip the map pool. It didn't work. They got completely out macroed on the first map. They even tried to change up a lot. In fact, they didn't really even play their patented style very much today. I felt like they kind of went away from what was their success factor in Ascension. So I think they really need to rediscover themselves, stop trying to be so tricky in Tier 1 and play to their strengths instead, because it didn't go well for them. A lot of the players with underwhelming performances. I mean, Zexy a standout one for him. Zuna having his moments on the first map, but I mean, looking at someone like Cinder, that's got to be one of the worst VCT debuts that we've seen individually. That's not going to cut it. I mean, even in Tier 2, he was not necessarily statistically fragging, and here in Tier 1, it seems like even a step down further from that. That is not going to cut it.
Yeah, I mean, I think the real thing for me is that I need to see this Varel team step up in terms of fundamentals. I felt like they're disconnected continuously across the map. They're losing when they have the gun advantage so many times that it's genuinely upsetting. I mean, they have a lot to tidy up if they want to start making runs here in Pacific. But this global team, you can't ask for a better start.
Look at that from Zexy as well, by the way. Almost 400 ACS in a loss. That is the ceiling of this Varel team, but the rest of the boys...
भाई सेंटर को देखो 217 बैठा भाई ये.
We do have a special guest with us. You guys know Patman. He is the first Filipino to carry a Masters trophy, and now he's joined Global Esports, and you guys are looking fire. Now, we were talking to Frost earlier, and how's it under Coach Frost? He said he's been giving you guys like a really hard time. He's been like doing everything he can to whip you guys into shape.
Yeah, I mean, the coaching style of Frost is very different from what I have before with Alex, but I think like we're very, very open still. Like what I am before in PaperX, like everyone is like sharing their ideas and thoughts, and we just like have to decide like what's the better idea always. Yeah.
How is the style different, or I guess the vibes of the team? I know you said it was very family-like at PaperX, so what's it like over at Global Esports?
I mean, on Global Esports, I'm not gonna lie because we come from different teams and some are different regions as well.
Yeah.
Like, example, Autumn, he played from China VCT. So, at first we were like very, very struggling, but day by day we're trying to improve. But the vibe, I think it's there. Like we're all like having fun also on practices. But yeah, we need to work more stuff because the practice also. I mean, I joined the team like very, very late also.
Yeah.
So we need to like have more time to spend time with each other and also like play time together.
Yeah.
I want to ask, sorry to jump in here, like for your own individual performance. So you came off a fantastic year last year, right, with PaperX, and now you're moving on a new team. Do you feel like you have that extra fire, like you have something to prove this year that you can do it again, and you don't need that other kind of setup around your PaperX?
I mean, of course, everyone on us, like, they're very, very hungry to win and qualify to international event. But I told the boys to, like, let's just relax. Not relax in the point that we don't do anything. It's just like, we need to do, like, step by step. And we don't need to pressure ourselves so hard because our work is, like already high pressure. So we just need to do it step by step. Like every day we keep like improving.
Yeah, I think there was some concerns a little bit about potential role clash in the team, but I know that you yourself and even Xavi, looking at playing in the Philippine scene, played a lot of different roles. Like even you played a ton of different roles. So what's it being like not being shackled to just being in it, throwing fade dogs for Paper X players, running it down? You know, you get to do a couple little different things. Maybe there's a little bit more space for you to shine a bit more on the team. How's that been like?
I mean, about this role, since before I joined, there's like one player that they want to get, and then they like. Actually, I should not supposed to say this, but basically, there's like a pre like how do I say, like playbook already.
Yeah.
So I just need to replace that player.
Okay.
And then basically for Crystal, since he's playing the initiator, I'm just like teaching him some like a lot of stops that I can like so he can improve more.
Okay. So you're giving some input to some of the other players to help them with their roles as well? Okay,
Yes.
cool.
Well, you've experienced what it's like to be on a winning team, and there's a certain vibe and energy, knowing that you're going to win it. Now that you're on Global Esports, what's that vibe like? How are you feeling going into this year?
I mean, everyone is like really happy person. It's just like how I am when I joined Paper X. Like I just need to get used to them, like respect their own beliefs and ideas also, and just like I just need to be patient with them as
Okay.
always.
Okay. You happy with your performance today?
Yes, I think I help a lot, especially to the callings as well.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you look fantastic. It's so good to still see you on the server kicking butt. Congratulations again. Awesome first match. These guys predicted Varel, and they're
Sorry, we were wrong.
They don't know
So
anything.
they showed
They don't know
sharp
anything.
as well.
But good job. Good job. Thank you, Pat.
Thank you.
Good to have you here. Now, sorry guys, I had to put you on the spot and call you out for your prediction, your
It
wrong
happens.
prediction.
It happens. Yeah, you've never made a wrong prediction in your life,
No,
Victoria.
I'm always right.
Yeah.
Don't you know how it works? Yudotan has been absolutely on fire. Frost knows how to utilize this guy.
Yeah, he's just a turret. Like, that's why he makes such a good sentinel. Like, he was great on Duelist, but I think putting him on an agent like Vito makes so much sense for him, because it's the kind of agent that you can really just gun out and tap heads and multi-frag, and that's exactly what we saw today.
Yeah, I have to agree with Frost. I'm shocked no other Korean teams came for him. This is a kid
100%.
with a long career ahead of him.
Or maybe he just wanted to stay in Global Esports. He's like, you know, I'm going to be the guy who's here.
You left
when
and you
global.
didn't believe, but
Yeah.
Yudotan, he's a real one.
Yeah, it's like I'm gonna stick around and show all the global fans what we're made of. With that was a really cool first match of today. We do have a second match coming up, also extremely exciting because we got some roster shuffles with DFM
So guys,
facing off against
done with the G match, and
again. We're gonna go on a very quick break. When we come back, we're gonna go straight into that second match of today.
okay, we're done with the first match, and now we will move toward the next match. तो नेक्स्ट मैच हम नहीं देख रहे हैं, हमको जी का मैच देखना था, तो वो हमने देख लिया है. नाउ स्ट्रीम को करते हैं हम एंड 4 बंदे लोग एक फ्रेम में. हाँ भाई, 4 people on 1 frame. चलो स्ट्रीम को करते हैं एंड और मिलते हैं आप लोगों से कल. और कल दोबारा जी का मैच है पेपर एक्स के साथ, वो मैच देखेंगे एंड लेट्स सी कि जीई जीत पाती है कि नहीं. ओके, टाइम टू एंड द स्ट्रीम. बाय, हैव फन, लव यू ऑल एंड जय श्री राम. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button before leaving the channel. Bye bye. कल मिलते हैं with again GE के मैच के साथ. कल दोबारा पेपर एक्स के साथ खेलेगी GE. Bye, have fun, stay tuned.